Happy Monday to you and welcome to episode 43 of Cyberpunk. Thanks for being with me. I hope everything is great for you at the moment. Occasionally in the comments section, people let me know that things aren't going so well for them in real life. It can be health or jobs or education or family stuff or whatever. I never pry. They often volunteer this information. The thing is, the universal thing about their comments is they always say they look forward to the videos coming out because it allows them to escape for a little while, to forget about their everyday cares, put their feet up if they're able to, grab a snack and a beverage and chill out and just enjoy some good old-fashioned fun. And I think that's terrific to be told that the videos perform that function, especially when people are feeling a little bit low. So if you're one of those people, I really hope you enjoy today's adventure. Right. On to a couple of things that I asked about specifically at the start of last episode. First off, thank you for all the feedback about Super Thanks. During the day on Monday when I published the last episode, it became very clear that the feedback was strongly supportive and encouraging about turning Super Thanks on, so I did later that day. Put the slider over on YouTube Studio and it's turned on. The button is, and I don't know why I'm turning sideways because I can't see it, somewhere below each of the videos in the middle of the row, I think. I will not be mentioning Super Thanks again. I just wanted to update you on what had happened there. Thank you. Right, secondly, I asked at the start of last video about the, and I'm leaning left and right, LED lighting issues that I've been having recently. I say recently, it's really ever since I started my channel in one form or another. I'm not a lighting expert, as you can tell, but there are many of you who've had some experience of these kind of issues yourselves, and your comments have been very constructive. There were a whole lot of ideas put forward by the community. Some of them I have tried before in detail, but there were also things to do with like photographic filters and use of coloured gels. So in the coming week, I'll be trying out as many of those as I can. I actually meant to have this out. I do have a packet of acetates. Here they are. Do not fold, it says, for obvious reasons. So yeah, I am equipped to try that. I think the idea is that you use various coloured acetates in front of specific colours of lights in order to try and change the way they appear in the webcam. So that's something I'll have a go at. I do take the point, though, that many more established YouTubers get around this issue of lighting and colour by using dedicated DSLRs with UHD video quality capabilities in order to film their two-camera work. So it's not so much of an issue for them. About 18 months, I think 2 years ago now actually, I did some research and upgraded from my then webcam, my first one, which was a basic £12 job, to the one that I have now, which I guess you'd call better featured. This one was £80 or £90. The main difference has been that my new camera does do 60 frames per second, whereas the old one only did 30. I hoped, though, that it would also solve or work towards solving the colour and lighting issues of that very old webcam too, but it didn't. I guess the thing about video-capable DSLRs is that they are many times more expensive with bigger and more capable sensors and different electronics and so forth, so you're not really comparing like for like with a webcam. It is funny though, and it irks me slightly, how some people's webcams do seem better at preserving colours authentically though. There was one specific YouTuber who I contacted, I think it must be two and a bit years ago, just after I'd bought this webcam, and I discovered it didn't do what I wanted it to necessarily. And I asked them how it was that their webcam was so good at showing the colours, and they did tell me the name of it, so I need to go and have a look and see whether it was just my imagination, and the colours weren't as good as I thought they were, or whether there really is something in that. I don't know. It does seem to be a bit of a lottery, the camera thing. I do have some very detailed suggestions from one or two people who have experience with cameras, photography, film work even, to try out as well. So this week I'm going to try to make some time and play around with all this stuff again. Okay, let's get on to feedback actually about the gameplay from episode 42. I have made a set of bullet points on my iPad, as I always do, of some of the comments that I want to mention during the course of this episode. Here in the housekeeping though, I want to focus on one of them, as many of you did, Gary the Prophet. So a bunch of things are now kind of confirmed about Gary. One, he was not delusional, but he was disturbed. He had come into possession of mind-blowing information. He had overheard conversations he wasn't meant to, and he was struggling to process them. He referred to his accident and how things changed after he was treated. Was he once associated with this elite that we now know exists in some capacity? I don't know. Either way, his conclusions were not wrong. It was just his vocabulary that caused the problem. There is a hidden, secretive force at work in Night City. His language of interpretation, how he spoke about this force as being from Alpha Centauri and reptilians and vampires and all the rest, wasn't meant literally. These were metaphorical. They were illusions rather than illusions. He knew that this higher level elite existed, that it was untouchable, superior even to the government and mega corporations, and that it was directing every aspect of life in Night City. He just struggled to get his message out there. That meeting between Maelstrom and the two strange unidentified people who spoke in a language of coded phrases, it's confirmation of some kind of conspiratorial dealings, but it wasn't proof of anything tangible beyond that. We don't learn, for instance, directly who these elite are, what exactly it is they want. We don't know why Gary was taken away. We only know that he has been disappeared. Curiously, his disciple who took his place has a rather sketchy description of his abduction, if that's what it was. Her language talking of the mothership and the blue eyes and the black mist that descended. It's almost as fantastic as Gary's. She knows of the recovered chip's potential, so much so that she's almost warned V about relying on it too much, talking about it, about expecting any good to come from it, or even being in possession of it for that matter. It's been reduced to, though, some sort of inconsequential remnant of Gary's existence. It's like a single breadcrumb. It doesn't lead anywhere. Now, I didn't read that chip after I decrypted it. I kind of expected it to open there and then on screen, and it didn't, so I moved on. But I have been looking for it afterwards, and I'm going to just pause now while I go find it, and we'll look at it together. So I went into the shard menu, and lo and behold, there is the decrypted text. It's called Destroy After Reading, which has to be an instruction to the person who received it. Phosphor radiates, occluding jaded eyes. Come, Titan. Outward ring avian choruses, looping eternity. Cages of men melt as night descends. Emerge, Zellua. Erect Shalula under these expanses. Puppets lie awake, never sleeping. Now the thing is this. Interpreting the meaning of all these lines, because they're obviously somewhat obfuscated, depends on prior knowledge, and also a lot of it on guesswork, and tying it into things that we know exist within the in-game world. I know a little bit of Aztec mythology, enough to say that the fourth line has meaning. Zellua was a giant who survived a biblical scale flood, and Shalula was the largest pyramid ever built in the whole world. So those two things tie together, but the rest of it I think is largely open to interpretation. That's a fallacy. It's a problem that's known when you're interpreting information like this that you have to guard against. It is very easy to attribute multiple meanings to each of these lines. Cages of men melt as night descends. The cages could be any structure where humans normally are contained. If they melt, does that mean they're not protected by them anymore? The buildings, the cars that they drive around in. You see the problem? It's very easy to start attributing meaning and to produce 50 explanations for what a particular phrase could be. I don't want to go down that route at the moment because I don't think it's productive. I don't know enough about the game to be able to understand the meaning of all of these lines. And of course some of it could be, rather like we saw with Maelstrom and the mysterious strangers, a code and response type situation where the reason this was to be destroyed after reading was not because it was instructions, but because these were identifiers to be memorised and then used subsequently later. But anyway, there it is. There is the information. There is the text. Just before we went to look at the chip and the text on it, I was talking about Gary's follower, and there's something else about her that concerns me. It's the way she's seemingly more concerned with memorialising Gary rather than getting to the bottom of what's happened to him or trying to get him back. Gary has been absorbed, it would seem, and he's not expected to return. The system has self-corrected, Night City has moved on. And this is pretty much what Johnny sees in it. It doesn't surprise him at all that there are these layers to the dystopian power structures ruling Night City. He only knows that it's irreversible and invisible to the population, unstoppable by people like V or Gary. He doesn't like, V said, open-ended conclusions, but Johnny always knew that this was the likely outcome, a theory lacking evidential proof. The truth doesn't get revealed to ordinary mortals like V. The chip itself is not exposition, it doesn't actually tell us anything, it's diegetic confirmation of something going on, but we're not told what exactly, it's open to interpretation. So the questions are legion. Who are the ruling elite? Are they human or are they AI in nature? Similarly, the Blue Eyes. Are they members of this ruling elite or are they just the directed, controlled foot soldiers of it, the proxies carrying out the wishes of them on the ground, observing, intervening, interfering, making little changes here, big ones there, doing deals? And is Maelstrom's involvement because of their love of tech, which was a point that someone raised in the comments this week? Who are these watchers who are ensuring, either by action or omission, that the course that the elite want to see followed is not disturbed? I love that quest line, as you can probably tell. It sets up this whole new vantage point, higher than any previous, from which to look down on Night City. It makes us realise that no one we've met so far, the mighty Arasaka Corporation, the brain-controlling force behind the Perilous Misadventure, the most powerful of the gangs, the seediest of the city's politicians, even Alt, none of them is as all-seeing and insidious as this mysterious ruling group for whom we do not even have a name. And that was the housekeeping. So where are we going in episode 43? Now, last episode was off-grid, where anything can happen, and pretty much did, as you saw. The previous episode was the 4 3/4 hour marathon, where a large part of it was devoted to Johnny's quest line and his problems, as it turned out to be. Today I'm pausing all the main characters' quest lines again, and it's going to be a double header. There are going to be two components to today's episode. One of them has been self-suggested by something that happened in the last episode. We're going to be going on a Cyberpsycho hunt. Now, I haven't done one of these for a while, and I'm pretty excited to be taking it on. It's been prompted by the fact that in the last episode, as part of the off-grid, I ran into, literally, the opportunity to do a Cyberpsycho gig, and I took it on and failed. The Cyberpsycho died. I didn't get them to Regina alive. Now, that was gutting for me, because on my previous episode where I did Cyberpsycho hunting, I set out to keep all of them alive, and I did. So I know that it's possible to do it, but I think last episode I'd forgotten the lessons I'd learned, particularly about damage over time, the effect that things like repeated overheats can have in sending the Cyberpsycho below 0% health. And I think that is the problem. If you can push them into negative health effectively, then they die, rather than you being able to keep them alive and take them to Regina for rehabilitation, study, whatever. It probably didn't help as well that I was throwing in, literally, grenades during the last episode, and my plan B stepped up to the mark as well. Anyway, it happened. There was a lesson to learn. So I want to redeem myself a bit today, or at least try to if I can. Thankfully, Regina has seen to it that I get that opportunity. That's the first element. Now, the other part of today's double feature is going to be to do some fixer gigs. As we're travelling around the map in between these Cyberpsychos, I want to fit some of these in. I haven't decided how many yet, and I've not specifically identified any that I'm going to be including. It's all down to travelling between these Cyberpsychos and keeping an eye on the progress that I'm making with getting through them. So those are the intentions for today. And before I can do any of that stuff, I need to remind myself also that in the last episode, I did set out to try to make it to 5 attribute points in my list of stuff that I've earned in the game, and I didn't make it. I only got to 4. I was hoping to get that 5th one so that I can improve my build and get tech and intelligence both to level 20. That is part of the preparation that I'm doing for starting Phantom Liberty. It's not the whole of the preparation, I have to add quickly. Just because I reach level 20 in intelligence and tech doesn't mean I'm going to push the button and dive into Phantom Liberty. There are other things I need to do as well, but that is part of it. So that's the plan for today. Cyberpsycho hunting with some fixer gigs mixed in between. The thing about both of those things is that the level of lore, story writing, the information you get to enrich the whole gaming experience and add to your picture of Night City and how everything works, to me is just as high as the quality of the writing in the main characters' quest lines too. The two things fit together beautifully. They're mutually self-supportive, and I think one without the other isn't having the full experience of playing the game. Personally, that's my take on it. Right, so it's a simple plan. What could possibly go wrong? Everything could go wrong. Let's get moving. Alright, so as you can see, I'm not far away from actually where we finished, although I have advanced time to 5:43 AM in the morning because I'm going to be doing daylight gigs most of today, I think. I've been to a drop-off point, I've sold off weapons, dismantled the lower value ones, got rid of junk and all that good stuff. There's a couple of things I want to show you before we begin though. One of them is in inventory in my cyber deck. I've swapped out some of my quick hacks, and I've done this on the basis that we're going to be meeting cyberpsychos. Also, there'll be gigs that I haven't got a clue about that we'll be encountering along the way, and the way I'm going to do those gigs, by the way, is that I've got the cyberpsychos I want to visit on my iPad mapped out. I've done a sort of geographical route so that I'm not going huge distances back on myself each time. That's just sensible to do. But the gigs are going to be random. They're just going to be ones that seem proximate to where I am. Also, I've got to keep an eye on the duration of the whole thing and the mix between the gigs and the cyberpsychos. So it's going to be a bit like cookery. The ingredients will be added as we go along. But yeah, in the cyber deck, I've kept my two favourites, Contagion and Overheat. Can't do without those. And I've added in Weapon Glitch and also Cripple Movement, plus Cyberware Malfunction, and I'm keeping Short Circuit because that's just a useful one to have anyway, and Non-Lethal in the large part. So the weakest one I've got is ping at the moment. I don't actually have a tier 4 ping available to me. I take the point that people have made in the comments that because my level is increasing, I'm on level 45 now, the enemies are scaling with me in difficulty, and therefore if I don't improve my weapons and my build and my skill tree for lots of the things that I'm carrying around with me, I'm slightly disadvantaged. I will find it harder and harder. My knife, for instance, will be less effective than it could be were I to improve it further. I don't intend to delay forever spending the points that I've got. As I mentioned in the introduction, I do want to get that 5th attribute point so that when I go in to do my next upgrades, I can go to a Ripper Dock, I can get my cyber deck, cyberware upgraded, I can also do some spending in the skill tree, all of that in preparation for eventually heading into Phantom Liberty, which I've discussed before, but that's not happening immediately. So that's the basis upon which I'm doing that. These changes to the quick hacks I've got are somewhat experimental. I may get to use all of them. I may only get to use some of them in this episode because I don't know what's coming. We've just got to see how this comes together. The other thing is, I wanted to just quickly show you, I'm still carrying my plan B, as you can see here, but I do still possess Johnny's Malorian Arms 3516. Various people in the comments have said it's a cracking gun, and also it has a very special melee action, which I don't know exactly what the melee action is. I would have found out naturally because I've meleeed with a few weapons before, but yeah, Johnny's is very much a keeper of a weapon. It's not going anywhere. It has provenance, rather like the Plan B has provenance that came from Dex. This is a slightly better provenance in that this is coming from Johnny, of course, who I'm not sure whether he's a force for good or not back in the day, but his gun certainly will be in my hands But the plan B, yeah, I love the way that the plan B has changed from being a weapon of evil when it was in Dex's hands to being this thing that's enabling V to do the things he wants to do now and correct wrongs in Night City's world. So yeah, that's there, ready for use. I'm not going to make any other changes at the moment. I was considering getting my sniper rifle out of that slot and possibly replacing it with something like the Tinkerbell, the one-handed Tier 5 iconic club, because it, I think, doesn't kill. I think it can be used as a sort of subduing weapon if you've got a Cyberpsycho down to say less than 10%. But we'll see. I do like having that sniper rifle there. I really do. So that's the loadout that we're going with anyway. Now, to what we're after next. On the map, I have simplified in the left-hand side, can't do my left and my right, the list of things that are displayed on the map, because the only things I really want to see today are gigs and Cyberpsycho sightings and apartments. Now, the reason I mention apartments is it's time. I'm going to buy a new apartment, and the apartment I'm going to buy is this one here, down at Northside. It happens to be on the way to this Cyberpsycho, which is going to be the first one we're going to tackle today. It's an undiscovered one at the moment, so I can't tell you anything about it because I don't know. So first off though, I'm going to head to Northside apartment. Let's jump in the car. As you can see, I'm favouring the Porsche again today. I have the Porsche out again today. It sounds really posh, doesn't it? There was a lot of discussion too about the Hoon car that I was given at the end of the previous episode. I did not realise that this was actually a tribute to a real-life drift driver who unfortunately died back in 2023, and the devs decided to pay this tribute to them by putting a car into the game. Being a drift car, and I know nothing about drift cars, but I did look this up because I thought that car when I was driving it was slightly back heavy, and it turns out, according to the documents I've read, that drift cars are not necessarily back heavy. In fact, most of them are 50-50 split between the front and the back. Occasionally I think you get cars that are sort of 60-40 where there's a bit more weight in the back. It just seemed to me, and I know nothing about it as I said, that it would be sensible to have that ability for the back of the car to slide out, you know, if you want to drift around corners. You're talking to someone whose idea of drifting around corners is playing Scale Electric, by the way, back in the day. So that's my limit of knowledge, but yeah, what a terrific thing for them to have done, to have given this tribute. And it's my car now as well. I shall get to use it at some point. I'm sure a situation will arise where I need a weaponised vehicle. One person at least suggested that it might be useful for street racing, and I said I didn't know, because I appreciate the point it's got guns on it, but I said to them, can you imagine Claire's face if I rock up in that when she's expecting to go for the next race in the Beast, this car that has provenance for her, that she's worked on, that reminds her of her past racing with her husband. And although I think Claire would quite like the idea of using the weapons in the weaponised vehicle, I'm not sure I would like the idea of trying to keep it on a track, because it is, for me, quite heavy in the corners. The back does want to slide away, just in the very brief amount of time I've driven it so far. And I obviously drove it from where we finished at the end of the last episode down to the drop-off point here before I swapped cars, so I did get some experience of driving it. But yeah, it is a thing. It's nice to have another car in the stable, this one with guns, because I haven't got one like that otherwise. So yes, right, we are here at the Northside apartment. Now, the estate agent sold me to this, saying it was an improver in an up-and-coming district popular with youngsters. So I'm looking for evidence that this is not just estate agent spiel and I've been conned. Well, it would seem, let's look on the bright side, that maybe they do auto shop and they have courses for these young people where they teach them how to renovate, having first dismantled and destroyed old vehicles. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure where my apartment is here, actually. I've got to follow it round. I have been here before, but I didn't really think at the time that I'd be coming back to actually purchase a residence here. Here's another one that I've been working on. This one's looking, well, I don't know what you could say about it, really. How much would you pay for that if you were buying that vehicle? Would you pay more for this one than that one? Maybe you would, because it's bigger, There's more scrap to be had in this vehicle. Yes, I'm not enthused at the moment by the surroundings here. I thought maybe this was going to be an improvement. Oh, it appears I've got to go upstairs. All right, well, I'll go around the back. I thought this was going to be an improvement on places that I've been before. Yeah, I'm not so sure now, V. Well, I mean, there is an access point there, you're quite right. Shall I go and do it? I'd better, because if I don't, someone will say, you missed an access point there. Let me jump in. I should do them, really, because, the benefits are there to be had, aren't they? All right, at this very early juncture, let me have a look at this for a second. I'll be back with you in a moment. All right, we're off. All these 1Cs are confusing me, actually, so we'll see what happens here. Right, I need a 1C. I need a 1C. I need a 55. I need a 1C. And I need a 7A. That's it, that'll do. Good, 16 seconds to spare, thank you. Now, I have to say that if I encounter 50 of these things in the course of today's episode, I'm not going to do all 50 of them, because they do slow down the gameplay. And as I've said before, I find them immersion breaking, actually. There's been a discussion in the comments again this week about the fact that the rewards for these things changed. Back in the day during the game, I understand, there were substantive rewards for solving these things, because you got to inject into the game components that were not there previously. I don't know the full details of it, because there's a sort of semi-spoilerish element to it, which I'll probably read about when I finish my first playthrough before I start my FemCorpo V1. But they nerfed it in a way. They removed that capability, and I think it was probably a good idea that they did. However, in the process, I do now find that there's nothing really that ties most of the access points to what's actually going on in the game at that point, and I really wish it did. I really wish that could be reintroduced. Maybe that's a thing for Cyberpunk 2. Now, I get the horrid feeling here that I can't hack that. I'm only on 15, I need to be on 20. You see, that's that point that was missing. That is the missing point. If I'd been able to hack that, I'd be able to get in here, and I'm betting I would not have to pay the 10,000 eddies up front. However, it's an apartment, it's in Northside, it's a lovely district. Let's see what we've won. Oh, here we go. What have I done? Authentically functional. It's not cramped, it's cosy. And then there's a word there which I don't understand the meaning of. Hig? Is that? Alright. What, is this it? You're having a laugh. Is this it? Oh, there is a readable, however. I'm cheering up immediately. Excuse me while I just read this readable. This is an archive conversation. Okay. I thought this was my pad. What's happened here? Archive conversation TC and MG. TC. Up with you. I keep calling and calling, even stopping by your place. You alive? MG. Had a gig. TC. A gig? You were supposed to lay low after the last one, not go running straight for the net. MG. Geez, chill. Some tunes called. Was going to tell them to off, but they offered good heads. Simple gig. Political. TC. How'd you get it in your gonk skull that you can start grabbing gigs? What? I ain't paying enough? MG. Jesus, not on the hollow, Ted. TC. I'll Ted you. Better be glad you're my best runner. Was that gig? MG. Meh, just digging up some dirt on a council member. Easy scratch. TC. Easy for them to fry your brains too. Politics is no joke, Mike. MG. Yeah, well, you know me, always. TC. What? MG. Someone's at the door. TC. I'm the only one who knows where you are. MG. Gotta go, Ted. TC. Listen. Disconnected. Oh dear. That's good as well. Digging up some dirt on a council member. I wonder who it could have been. Oh, readable. I like the place now. It has tomato juice too. I mean, it is cramped. I'm sorry, game. It's cramped. They've made very good use of space. I think this is what the estate agent was trying to tell me. You get a lot for your money was the phrase that they used. So I can sleep here, good, because it's got a game that I can play. It's got sparkling mineral water or something sparkling on the desk. I don't think there's going to be anything new on my... Oh, hang on, maybe there is on my computer here. Ooh. How about this? Missing friend from reception to V. Dear resident, the reception desk has received a request to pass along the following message to the current resident of Unit 1242. Dear whoever you are, my good friend Mike Gallock was the previous tenant in your apartment. He left home a month ago, disappeared without a word. Unfortunately, unforeseen circumstances forced me to leave the city before I could find him. If Mike comes back, please tell him he'll find me by the dam. He'll know what to do. Warm regards, Theodore H. Collins. So there's our TC and MG. What do we have here? I think these two we've seen. Yes and yes. But that was good. That was worth looking at. How very interesting. Because usually when I've been to my apartments recently, the messages there are just static. They don't change or don't seem to. I guess this is the wall to my stash then. This is the security in a north side apartment. This is the security that applies to entering your stash. I'll go in there. Oh, look, I can open my stash. There it is. Yeah, I have slimmed down my weapons. I got perilously close to my weight limit in the last episode. I'm back down to 126 or something like that. I like to keep in there, even though I'm not using them very much. I've got a couple of sniper rifles to choose from now, a bunch of pistols. I've got a revolver or two, a machine gun, shotgun, a couple of shotguns actually. You know the mix. It's just there for sort of comfort rather than anything else. I haven't been spending a lot of time with tech or smart weapons yet, I know, but do you know, the longer I go into the game now, the more I'm starting to think about FemCorp OV. She's going to be so different to this V. She's going to be confident, fairly brash. She's going to go out in the hours of darkness a lot more than my male Nomad V does. It's weird the way this is happening. I'm so looking forward to it, actually. I really, really am. I've even been talking to Mrs. Clivical about it. And, you know, she knows that I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how she'll take it, me actually running around with a female V and getting to know a female V. I'm going to eat this stuff because, you know, it's in my apartment. I think it's part of the welcome pack. I believe that the estate agent did mention this, that there was a settling in thing. Yes, I've got access, thanks very much. I'll have the tomato juice, I'll just take it, I won't drink it. I think that's it for this apartment. What can you say about it? It is not the place I think that Night Kitty would pretty much like to be. I don't know where he'd keep his bed for one thing. Maybe down here. Is there a shower? I haven't found a shower. Where? Anybody know where the shower is in this place? Oh, is this it? Oh, this is it. So there's a toilet. It's sort of metallic. There's a mirror which works. Do I still look like V? Yeah, I guess I do. Actually, look, they can do with a haircut. And yeah, there is. This is a shower. Oh, it's leaking. Oh God. Immediately you move in, there's something you've got to report to building management. Yeah, I don't think that's been cleaned in a while. So the music's the best thing about this apartment, I would say, just at the moment. That's my apartment, folks. It's utilitarian. It's a place to crash. It's not a place to be comfortable. Even the sofa, well, I think it's a sofa, a settee. It's worn. It looks dirty. I don't think that patina is simply shade that we're seeing there, light and darkness. I think that's actually, yeah, I can't see Panam wanting to sit for long on that with me. Let's put it that way. Maybe the North Side apartment is one that I'm not going to be inviting her to anytime soon. Okay, well, it's mine anyway. It cost me 10,000 eddies, so also it's hard to find the door. There it is. Get me daylight. Ooh, that's bright. Now, I'm guessing because I know around here, yeah, the last time I was here, I can open some of these doors. I mean, some of these places seem to have windows almost that you could climb through. But there's a whole bunch of doors. Last time I was here, I noticed that were closed with red writing saying you can't do this because you're not strong enough. That was clever. Didn't mean to do that. But I shall come back and do some further exploration. I've established a base camp in Northside is what I've done today. It's my third one. It's somewhere else where my love can lie waiting for me, although on that bed I'm not sure she'd want to. I'm not sure I'd want to, for that matter. Sleeping and showering in that place. The sleeping is going to be a pain. The showering will be a delight. I will want to shower all the time when I'm staying in my Northside apartment, I think. I will be so clean. I'll be as fresh as a daisy. Okay, let's go. Oh, now, next thing from the comments that somebody mentioned was about cars. Now, apparently, there is a discrepancy between, and I'm repeating what I've been told here, the speed as displayed on the speedometer of cars and the actual elapsed ground speed if you measure the distance between objects and calculate how fast the vehicle is going. Now, I realise that's quite difficult, but there is apparently this discrepancy in that the speeds shown on the speedometer exaggerate. They are greater than the actual velocity of the car. And I got to thinking about why this might be. And what it occurs to me is, there are several reasons actually. If I was a game dev, I would build that in deliberately, that the car seemed to be travelling faster than it was, partly because in games, most people I suspect who drive vehicles like to drive them fast at some point, and who doesn't want to have the feeling that they're travelling at great speed? That's not a great place to stop. You're parked on what look like train lines. Thank you. I know what that was all about. So yeah, having the illusion that you're doing 200 miles an hour is great, but if you were really doing 200 miles an hour, can you imagine how difficult it would be to react to vehicles coming out in front of you, pedestrians stepping off curbs, sharp corners that suddenly appeared in your way? It would be almost impossible. So I think that's one reason for scaling it down. I've driven here without looking what I'm doing. The other one is, I think, that if you were to have great speed... What? What just happened? Let's just ignore that for a second. If you were to have really great speed on the map, then you would traverse the map extremely quickly. You'd be across it in no time whatsoever, and that would have the effect of shrinking the feeling of a big map and a big city. So yeah, I get the idea. If it is true, and I'm only here mentioning it because it's been mentioned in the comments and elsewhere actually, that this is a feature, that the speed you read on the speedometer is an exaggeration of the actual speed within the game in terms of passing objects and travelling distances. Very interesting point. So I'm going to get out now and find out what in the name of heck just happened. Why? Well, scan Clive. This is a Maelstrom Scout. It was a Maelstrom Scout. He appears to be dead. Is he going to fall out if I open the door? I'm terribly sorry. I really did not mean to do that. That was very rude of me. It really was. I will take your weapon, however. Thank you, because you never know when you might need one. Well, I guess this is it. I'm walking in. No way am I driving my car down there. Regina!
Something in Northside just erupted, and apparently it's got Maelstromers hauling ass out of there.
I just saw one.
See what's going on exactly and let me know.
Yes, he was hauling his derriere out of their Regina. Okay. I'm not seeing any other gang activity around the bridge, so we can safely rule out any score settling. Seems to me one of the Maelstromers just had a bad day or dialed his implants a little too high. Hard to tell when it comes to them. All I know is the rest showed up at the wrong time and a bloodbath ensued. I'm betting on cyberpsychosis. Even Maelstrom's harshest welcomes don't come close to this. Okay, so we think we've got a loose cyberpsycho out here. I know I've got some messages in my list there, by the way. Don't worry. I get it. Okay, the sighting is called 6 feet under. I hope that is not a premonition. Weapon. Plan B. Someone in the comments again said, I can't remember where they were. I believe they may have been in the Netherlands or somewhere. Forgive me if I've got your location wrong. But they said if you were to produce t-shirts that said everyone should have a plan B and ship them, I would buy one. There are, not local to me because where we live isn't local to anything like that, but there are places you can go within driving distance of where I live that you can have t-shirts printed, and it is a little thing that I am toying with in the back of my mind, having a t-shirt printed, maybe more than one. I'm not sure what it would say. The issue is, of course, that you wouldn't really see it. He said sitting up very upright here, so I'd have to think about that. But yes. Oh, actually, I meant to mention this too. During the course of the week, I've been approached by a UK manufacturer of gaming chairs who were offering to supply me with a gaming chair, and obviously I would do a review of it. I won't name them because they're a gorgeous company. I've been to their website and had a look, but unfortunately I've had to decline their kind offer because the desk at which I sit is a very basic IKEA desk and it's quite low, and the chair on which I'm sitting is a very basic IKEA chair, and that's also relatively low, and the two things go together. And if I were to try a gaming chair in this room, and I've had this issue before actually, I wouldn't literally be able to get my knees under the desk. It's a terrible problem to have. You're thinking, so change your desk. But there's nothing wrong with this desk, so I'm loath to get rid of it. I don't like doing that. I don't like getting rid of things where, you know, the redundancy is simply because of not fad but preference, personal preference. But yeah, I was very sad actually, and I had a nice exchange of emails with the company saying that I thought that their products were fantastic, and you know, I could understand why they'd won awards and were highly regarded, but I had to decline the offer, which was somewhat gutting for me, but these things do happen. I haven't ever actually accepted an offer from any company. I've been approached by many of them. The ones I need to approach me don't tend to approach. You know, the ones who would do things like capture cards and microphones. And you know, I was talking about having Mrs. Clivical join me at some point in a video, so we would need another microphone. I've got some ideas for that, you know, of sourcing one myself. But you know, the obvious stuff like PCs, graphics cards, these things I think are reserved for those kind of YouTubers who've got massive followings, and you know, they're not for mere mortals. Here we are again, you know, the truth is not revealed to V, and that sort of thing doesn't happen to me. This is interesting. Right, let's concentrate on this. We have a dead Maelstromer who's unresponsive with no pulse. That's why he's dead. Cause of death, shock and blood loss due to multiple lacerations. I will examine your body further. There's been some colourful activity down here. We have burning vehicles too. I'm glad I parked 60 metres away. I'm wishing I'd parked 160 metres away now. 60 doesn't seem very many metres to me. I mean, I will have a look. There is substantial blood loss. I can understand why this Maelstromer would be dead. You're not going to need that sniper ammunition and Eurodollars now, are you? No, of course not. Of course not. Also, someone pointed out in the comment section, I said that I got a lot of these things on my iPad. I must have like 30 or 40 of these things that people have brought up, and I love bringing them into the gameplay like this. They said, you are collecting handgun ammo to no effect because the plan B that you're using uses effectively has as much ammo as you've got eddies, so you're never going to run out of ammunition for that gun. And that's a very good point. But you know, I am using other guns as well, a la Johnny's, and who knows what I might get round to using in future. Now I've suddenly got myself here a bounded yellow area which says find the Cyberpsycho. That is the plan. I'm tempted to do a bit of exploration first here. Whoa. What is that? I have another body for a start. Who are you? This is a dead maelstrom who's unresponsive with no pulse. Not like the last one. Exactly the same actually. Cause of death, shock and blood loss due to multiple lacerations. They've been sliced, these people. Although this one does not, strangely, appear to have much blood around their body. Okay. I mean, every time I pick up 60 eddies like that, I look at it as being 60 bullets for my plan B. So, in effect, I'm not having to buy the bullets for my plan B. The baddies are giving them to me out of the kindness of their heart when they shed what they're carrying and donate it to me. It's very good of them, actually. I don't know where I'd be without them. It's heading forwards now. I don't like being low down here at all. I think I'm going to get myself some height so I've got a vantage point from which to observe. Yeah, and it's dark in there. And V's are afraid of the dark. Well, male nomad V's are afraid of the dark. But my femme corpo V... I said this in the comments too. It's almost like I'm spending so much time thinking about this person, this girl now. I'm getting to know her. By the time I eventually meet her, it's going to be like we've got an established relationship. And, you know, that's going to be a great basis to start from. I don't like crawling over these. Let me get on this flat one over here. That's better. Oh, hello. Contact. Contacts. This is Lely Hine. Valentino's. Valentino's? But I thought this was a maelstrom thing. And the person he just shot, I'm not sure whether that's a male or female name, was a maelstrom scout. So Regina was right. It's maelstrom taking a beating here, but she thought maybe it was a maelstrom doing it, and it would appear not, because this is my Cyberpsycho. So I'm going to tag him. Is it a male name or a female name? I can't tell from this distance. Let me try zooming in. I think it's a guy. It's a guy. Okay, so they are unaware at the moment, but on 100% health of my presence here. I'm going to try to keep them alive. Now, trying is what we should all do, isn't it? Everything we do, we should try to do it to the best of our ability. But the best of my ability sometimes, well, you know, it's not as good, not quite as prime as I'd like it to be. So the question is, do I tackle this person here? Do I try to get a bit closer? There was me saying I didn't want to be on the top of anything that was lumpy and bumpy like those were. But can I get on top of here? Yeah, I can. Okay, this looks better. I should scan the area. You're quite right. The map's not really giving me any clues now as to where we are, because I think we've got a road above us and it's therefore showing the road rather than anything else. This Valentino is nervous. They're twitchy. They're on the lookout for stuff. Let me try. I'm going to start with something as basic as an overheat, simply to reduce their health a little bit, and we'll see how effective it is. Go. Okay, well, it's doing something. Let me move it into a bit where it's easy for you to see the red numbers going down. That knocked off 12%, and Lily is still unaware of where I am. Let's try something different. Let's try I'm going to try a short circuit and see what effect that has. Okay, that didn't do a great deal at all. Which is probably why they say short circuits are quite useful when you get lower down towards the end. I actually don't mind them seeing me. Isn't this the weirdest thing? I'd quite like to see how they react when they do see me. V has become more confident in these situations the more Cyberpsycho that he's encountered and taken on. I don't know about weapon glitch. They're carrying a weapon. Dare I? Is that too dangerous to try? The thing is, if you don't try, you don't know, do you? You never find out. Let's try a weapon glitch. Oh! That glitched their weapon, and that was about all it did. They're kind of not looking at me because I'm on a higher level and they don't know I'm here. So I might advertise myself in a moment. I'm trying all these things at the moment. Let's try a cyberware malfunction and see what that does. Go. Oh, now that kind of incapacitates them for a short time. Was short though. The one that's done the damage mostly was the overheat. Isn't that interesting? I mean, I could try a contagion. Let's try a contagion even though there's no one to contage. They're just contaging themselves. Oh, it always makes them want to be sick, I think, contagion. 76%. Alright, I'm going to attract the attention of this Cyberpsycho and see what ensues. Which bit of their body should I shoot? Let's not make it anything like lethal. I'm going to shoot them in their left toe. Ow, that was my left toe. Ooh. Okay. Oh. Right. I've really attracted attention now. I will try a plan B just to see what effect it has. This is very scientific, isn't it? Oof. Oh, she's running away. He's running away. Darn it. Let me get down from up here. Follow. Pursue. I could have just taken them on from on high there, I think, and not had to come down here at all. It could have been a very clean engagement. But you know what? Sometimes you're not necessarily looking for the cleanest of engagements. Sometimes I really, in terms of trying things out, need to be a little bit more brave. Here comes a plan B again. Oh, that hurt, didn't it? 48. 42. Whoa, grenade. Ouch! That hurt me. Didn't back up fast enough. They look like they've got... Is it a shotgun they're carrying? I think it might be. I could try a bouncy grenade here. Can I bounce it to where they are? Not quite. Well, hang on a minute. Maybe I can. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's try that. Ooh, I was right by your feet. You're going to need some clean underwear after that. Can I do that again? Yes, I can. 5% that was worth. This is very experimental. I'm just trying different things here to see what effect they have. Ooh, okay. If they come running at me, I think I might have a problem here. The combat music is very unnerving. I don't know how you find this. I sometimes just shoot you in the arm. So you keep saying. Valentino is saying, for our sisters, for our brothers. Why have they got this beef against the Maelstrom? I can shoot you in the arm from here. This is quite a good tactic, I think. Oh dear. You're trapped. Ooh, ouch. Now, 7%. I've got to be careful. Let's try a short circuit. Go. And we're down to 2%. You know what? I might go into my inventory and swap out that sniper rifle for that one-handed club, the Tinkerbell. It might be the thing that will subdue them to the point where I can actually... Oh! It's like a cattle prod thing. It's got an electric charge on the end. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to rush them to do this, aren't I? And I've got to remember what the melee action is. Oh, you see, I haven't done this for so long. It's all... Okay, that's a melee action right there. Woo, 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 woo. Don't chase me when I've got this thing in my hand, though. Okay, I'll wait here. Oh, this could be good. This could be a possibility. I'm right here, you dummy. They're looking for me. They're going to find me. You're not regenerating, are you? Oh, this could be it. This could be it. Go. Bop. I think I've done it. I think I've neutralised the threat. Put that thing away before you hurt somebody. Mostly myself, I think. They are neutralised. They're still breathing. They're still breathing. This is excellent. Let me read what is on their body. Farewell. Farewell. Tamara, I've been trying to reach you ever since they took me. I know you're looking and I know you'll find me eventually, but I don't know how to make it any easier. Don't think I can get on the net. I should have listened when you taught me how, but now I, myself, honestly, I don't even think you recognise me if you saw me. I know I don't. Should just stick a barrel down my throat and be done with it. I'm such a monster. Gang ain't taking me back, not without a bag over my head. I got these like tractor hands and ugly as sin red eyes. All I can think of now is your Tombs who poisoned you to me, telling you not to get with the Valentino, that he'll leave you for someone else, vanish without a word. I'm gone and they'll beat their chests all justified and tell you, told you so, but couldn't be more wrong. It's driving me loco. I feel like my head's going to explode in a million pieces. I can feel the pressure building and building and building, but I don't know when it's going to pop. Oh. So this Valentino had a relationship with a Maelstrom, by the sounds of it. And the Maelstrom's colleagues, friends, relatives, whatever, poisoned the idea of getting together with a Valentino. And now, since they took me, did they do this to the Valentino? Did they implant all this cyberware on them? Why would they do that? I'm confused. And the only way to get in, I will message Regina soon. But the only way I think we're going to get to the bottom of this is exploring. I'm going exploring. Sometimes these areas are, I was about to say, remarkably well stocked for things that are worth looting, and sometimes they're not. This one was mainly full of explosive devices, it would seem, or potentially so. Maybe that was one of the options that I was intended to explore but didn't. I mean, there's a lot of them. There are cylinders everywhere here that could have been used. I don't know that there's going to be anything to be found. But, you know, we are explorers, are we not? Yes, my FemCorp OV is not going to be as scared of the night as my male Nomad V has been. The thing is, I guess it's a familiarity thing, isn't it? There were things like the bloody ritual gig in the last one where a number of people in the comments, it's on my iPad here, said you should really try this at night because it's quite spooky and rather scary. And I responded to them, my FemCorp OV is going to love this when the time comes because that's right up her street. I am forming a personality for this FemCorp OV. Hello, we have another dead Maelstromer. Same thing as before, but an archive conversation. I will read this one too. Archive conversation, Vinnie Ray and Herb Payne. Vinnie Ray. We loaded up Rudolph with the chrome today. It had him spinning hard for a while, but now he's sleeping like a baby. This must be it. This must be what they did. Herb. Man, can you imagine the faces on those Tinos when we roll him over to them like a Trojan cyber horse? Vinnie. Dude, so Nova I'd want to feed from his optics to see him slice open those meat bags live. Herb. By the way, sending the latest equipment. Let me know how our Trojan's doing because I want to install it myself. Vinnie. I installed some preem red Kiroshis on him. Not gonna lie, he kind of looks like one of us now. Almost don't want to give him back. Oh heaven, that's what they did. That's exactly what they did. I don't often guess these right, but I got that one right. Oh, I need to pick up a weapon that's been discarded and left lying. This Achilles. Don't talk about Achilles. Yes, my foot is getting better. Yes, it's taking forever. If every time I'm out and I see people running, if we're in the car and we're passing people and they're running, which happens sometimes, I say to my wife, stop that, to them as they're going past, under my breath, of course. You know, she hears me say it, they don't. Because I'm so jealous. I really am. It's just I don't like being injured. I've never really had an injury like this particular one that's put me out of running for so long. And I don't like it. Bless her, my wife would love to say to me, you're getting old. But she always finds a way to express it that doesn't hurt my feelings in quite that way. Yeah, it's rather nice the way she does it. I don't know where I am, by the way. I'm just wandering around here. I think this is my way out, isn't it? I see daylight. Yeah, I haven't looted this part either, so let me just loot this. And then I will ring Regina. I won't forget. Also in the comments, I told you, someone mentioned that in the last episode there was an NCPD gig that I did where I didn't complete the gig. There was a little bit at the end of it that I forgot to do, and I said, well, it happens occasionally, not very often, but sometimes, you know, you get waylaid, distracted, you're focusing on what you want to do next, and you miss out. Ooh, a worn beanie, I've always wanted one of those. You miss out the very last bit, which is almost like the payoff as well for the NCPD gig that you've just done. Yeah, bodies. Definitely a dead maelstrom. This is the one that Lely finished off while I was watching from up there on top of the container. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often that I miss something like that, finishing off a gig, but just occasionally I do. Occasionally they're the ones that they sort of send you to a separate location to grab something from a cache, or, you know, someone has stashed something somewhere, and once you've solved the NCPD gig you get directed to another location, usually very nearby, quite proximate, to go and pick that up. And I've got, I think, one at least of those in my journal list. It might be two. It's right at the very bottom of the list, which is probably why it's still there. And one day when I'm in the location, the vicinity, going past, I will go and retrieve whatever it is that they've still got for me. It's probably a few eddies and nothing more than that. But yes. Okay, I'm going to call that job complete. I just want to get out into daylight again. The cars are still burning. So we did it. We did, I think, retrieve a Cyberpsycho. Now, before I wander too far, I want to ring Regina, because I've fallen foul of that once before. Let's do this. I need to... Do I need to call her? Yes, I do. I'm going to text her. Here we go. So this is my text to Regina. Our kid was a Valentino, not a Maelstromer. Borg friends must have had an axe to grind with him, because they stuffed him with implants like a Christmas turkey and just watched and waited for him to blow. Same would happen to anyone chipped that fast. Body didn't have time to adjust to the wear, turned him into a psycho. Good thing he still had a little self-control left, meant I could take him down quietly. Relatively quietly. Good opportunity to try out some of those quick hacks. And this is what Regina says. Looks like our guy didn't even have to them off. While ago, Maelstrom put out word it was looking for volunteers to test some new wear. Obviously nobody stepped up, so the Borg just started scooping peeps up off the streets. Valentino's been looking for this kid for a while, not to mention the runner who swarmed the net with data feelers trying to track him down. Eventually must have broken free and fought for his life, made the Maelstromers reap what they sowed. Whole thing backfired on them spectacularly. Good thing you managed to get him to go down softly. Kid's still young. Maybe with the right kind of help he can learn to adapt to his new condition. Good point, Regina. Job complete. Cyberpsycho sighting 6 feet under. Right, now before I move off anywhere else, I'm going the wrong way. My car is over here. I'm going to consult the map and check and see where we are in terms of gigs. Back with you in a second. Right, been to the map. gone into the journal. The next Cyberpsycho gig that I want to head towards is this one, Discount Doc. It's the closest of the 3 that remain in my list from Regina at the moment, because she does keep adding them in. This is Johnny's take on this. Working on a construction site has its perks. Breeze on your face, sun on your shoulders, no creepy corpo smell, and tangible results you can show off to the world. It's good, honest work. 'Cause Night City's always got a way of things up. So I also want to go and read the text that Regina sent to me when she originally put this gig my way. Now I've had a look to find out where it is, and it's roughly halfway. I think somewhere here. There it is. This is what Regina told me about this gig. V. Got a fight at a construction site. Dude responsible is heavily ironed. Heard something about lasers. If you manage to get him alive, be a great study candidate. Sending you the deets. One of the workers went psycho, started smashing up the construction site. Seems some of the workers tried to stop him, but their little poly one-shots couldn't pierce that exoskeleton of his. Anyway, they either ran or got added to the construction, if you catch my drift. Go check it out for me. This I shall do, Regina, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It sounds like a hoot. Also on the map, though, I have noted how far away this is. It is the most proximate of the ones that I've got in my list to do, but it's travelling almost from the top of the map to the bottom. So on the way, I am going to pick off a gig at least, and the nearest one to where I am, the one that's caught my eye, is this one called Gun for Hire. Now I think this is already in my journal, so that if I go back now to my journal, it will have gone off, and it has Discount Doc for the moment, and put me onto this. It's undiscovered. It says who knows what you might find. Let's find out, shall we? I'll jog to my car. At least I can run in the game. I'm doing the exercises. I'm being good. I'm wearing my trainers because even when I'm sort of out driving and things like that, I'm not wearing boots of any sort because I don't find they help with the ankle thing. You'd think they'd give you support on the ankle, but they tend not to. But I'm trying to be good. I don't find it easy being good. My wife will confirm this. I am my own worst enemy when it comes to things like this. I'm impatient with them, and I know I can't be impatient with them. It is mending, it is getting better. It's nowhere near as painful as when I first did it and was hobbling for a little while. But yeah, so we are driving down here. Ooh, it even makes a nice sound when it squeals the tyres going round corners. I really don't want to drive it too fast. 65. You see, I think I understand what people are saying. Let me do 60 miles an hour and you look on the map. I'll go around this corner first so I get a straight road. And you look on the map, or look at the scenery rather, as we're passing it, and tell me if you think it is 60 miles an hour. Here we go. I'm going to get up to 60. That is roughly 60 miles an hour. Do you think that's 60 miles an hour? Was it? Ooh, I've got to be careful doing 60 here. That's very fast for me. 60 miles an hour. I don't want to break this nice car. It'd be better if I stayed to the correct side of the road then, wouldn't it? I hear you cry. Yes, you're right, it would. That was very bad. I may not have paid for this car, and it's kind of mine but not mine. I mean, Johnny can't drive it, so what does he want it for? But, oh, hey, steady, what was I just saying about looking after the car? But I feel like it is mine now, you know. Femme Corpo V, I've got to stop talking about her, will love this car. It's right up her street. She will look great in the right clothing in this car. It's a statement vehicle, I think, especially in 2077. There's not another one like it out there.
I dreamed a dream of an endless sea.
Oh, I've not heard you sing that for ages. She must be on tour. I think we've arrived. This is dingy as heck. Okay. Where exactly is this? Go to the Oho Club.
Jotaro Shobo. Ring a bell? Guy's a fucking psychopath. Records himself torturing Joy Toys and sells that shit to like-minded scumbags.
Oh.
The Mox finally tracked him down. This is your chance to give this fucker what he deserves and earn a little scratch while you're at it. More on this sicko attached.
Okay, Regina. This is a gun for hire gig. Gig type, gun for hire. Target, Yotaro Shobo, age 44, Japanese American. Location, Ho-Oh Club on Allen Street. Details. Feel like doing everyone a favour and making Eddie's doing it? Deal with Yotaro Shobo, twisted like no other. He's a tiger claw and a sadistic scumbag who's got a thing for scrolling XBDs. Who's to say whether he just gets carried away or, and my money's on this, he gets off on the tortured screams of his victims. Best guess is 17 murders to his name, but the injustice for the streets dead and missing Joy Toys is notorious. But the Moxes are different. Mox netrunners connected a few dots and tracked down Yotaro's studio, Ho-Oh, quaint little club in Kabuki. This area's a no-go for Moxes, which is why they need a helping hand. Find this Yotaro and tell him his days in the entertainment biz are done. Is she telling me to do away with him? Goodness. I think she might be. Okay. Right, Monster Hunt. I've just noticed the title of the gig. How appropriate. Oh, this is seedy, and we've got tiger claws already outside. Now, I don't know whether they're already on the alert and belligerent towards me. I guess there's only one way to find out. Hang on a moment. Okay, I think it's time we do some precautionary tagging here, just in case. Are you alone or do you have friends? Let me use my tier 3 ping and find out. Well, you do. In fact, there was one right round the corner there that I would not have seen had I not chosen to ping you. All right. Okay. Let me just see if it'll let me. It says go to the Ho-Oh Club. I keep calling it Ho-Ho. Ho-Oh Club. Yes, quite. I don't think they're interfering with me going into the club, which is good. I do think there's going to be a heck of a lot of people to tag here. That's the barkeep, who I shall speak to. Yes, I did see that. There's a readable on the end of the bar. There's a readable on the end of the bar. Oh, I'm in heaven. Oh, they've got to keep the readables for Cyberpunk 2. In fact, they've got to enhance them. Nothing just at the moment, thank you, but I'll be over to speak to you shortly. I'm casing the joint, as I believe is the vernacular for when one does this and goes into an unfamiliar place and tries to get the lay of the land. I know all the phrases. I've watched too many of those movies, detective things. I can use my technical ability here to open a door, so I shall. It's... Oh, hello. It does go somewhere. Whoa, hello. Oh, you scared me. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, I was being observed there. Did you see that? I am not out of the woods here, I think. There are ordinary NC residents. There are ordinary members of the Night City population in here. I don't know where this goes, but I'm intrigued to go find out. If you'll excuse me for a second. Where did that guy disappear to who was down here? Yes, there is an access point. I know. I'll connect and do this. Alright, give me a moment to look. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, let's see how this works out. Kind of think I've got it. We'll see. BD and a 7A. And then I need 3 BDs. BD, and BD. And then I need a 7A. And I need a 7A. That'll do nicely. Thank you. Give me the goodies. Oh, thank you. 2 tier 5. They're so stingy. They're so mean with their tier 5 quick act components. They just don't like giving them away. Do you know, I'm at a loss to discover where this guy disappeared to that came in here. He's vanished. Perhaps he didn't come in here. Perhaps I was dreaming. I was still thinking about that shard on the end of the bar. Oh, hang on. Maybe he did come in here and exited the way I'm exiting here. I can open this. Perhaps I should. This is taking me back out, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm back out at the start. Oh, perhaps I could have found a different way in then. All right. See ladder, climb ladder. I don't know where this is going. It's probably not where I'm supposed to be at all. But it's here, isn't it? So we'll go and have a quick explore, and then I'll go back and do what I'm supposed to be doing, finding Yotaro. He isn't going to be in here, I'm pretty sure. I've got 15 technical ability, thank heaven. Okay, let's scan. I'm always a tad nervous about going into places like this.
Why?
It's just that I'm always a tad nervous about going into places like this, and it's people like you who make me feel that way. Do you know? Okay. I think we can all guess the maximum height of the person who did this graffiti, can't we? If they were on tiptoe when they did this, that was the furthest they could reach. Look, there's nothing higher all the way round. Okay. Kids. Ha! Kids, huh? Who'd have them? Oh, just walked into a pile of rubbish bags. Scared myself silly. Oh, we've got people who are not kids with guns. Don't like seeing kids with guns. We've got people who are not necessarily out of it. Some of them are. I hope to get in there eventually. Hello. Hi, you're right.
It's all a shitstorm anyway.
Yeah, a bit of one. But at least you've got a smile on your face. Yeah, I'm loving your eyes, by the way. What have you done to them today? They look sort of very Kiroshi. I don't think I've seen white ones like that before, I'm just saying. Perhaps it's like a special edition. Collector's reference, who knows. That is literally a door to another area. There's not much in here. This is like a dive, isn't it? This is like just a place where these people crash. It's a bit like my north side apartment, you know, full of sickly colours, horrible yellows and oranges. It's very bare, that apartment. It's kind of not relaxing. It's not a refuge from what's around you. It's more like a shelter from what's around you. And everything's in one room as well. Which, I mean, okay, kind of for V, trying to sort of be aspirational, policy of continuous improvement. I'd rather hope that his next apartment would be better than that, but no, apparently not. Alright, so that's the building next door, which is useful to know about. I mean, it does give me a vantage point, which I've not really considered before. And also, hello, it would appear that I can kind of see into the building that I'm meant to be infiltrating. That's useful to know as well. I can't go any higher because the devs have very thoughtfully and ingeniously blocked my path. So I'll go back where I came from without getting dizzy in the process. Ladder, shall we use it? Let's be civilised. Find Yotaro. I shall. Now I reckon as long as I don't draw a gun in here I'm alright, but the moment I do draw a gun, all heck is going to break loose. So I'll try not to. Okay? Yeah, that was a good one. It gave. I like it when they give. What's that? Closing the door. Alright, so far I've not located, and I'm looking around to see where they are, cameras. The map suggests there's one down here somewhere. Alright, we've got a number of places where it's going to be hard for me to progress. Is that person guarding that doorway next to the barkeep? This one seems to be guarding that, literally standing in front of it. There are.
What can I get you?
You can get me some air for a moment. Because I'm exploring.
This time it'll work, Choom. I can feel it in my fucking dick.
Really?
How much you lose recently?
Not much. A watch, a couple of implants, my apartment. What? Hey, relax. I'm gonna get it back. As in today, if you can spot me.
Nuh-uh. Forget it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give him any money. He's addicted, clearly. He is 18 plus, and he should know better. Pay here for what? I hate to think what I pay here for. Whoa, she doesn't want to talk to me. You don't want to talk to me. Was it something I didn't say? Oh, I think I've just discovered what I'm paying for. There's a dude there. Is he guarding this area? Again, he doesn't seem to be too bothered about me. Is he going to let me go into these places? Yes, he is, apparently. Even though I've not paid. Okay. Is there anything in any of these booths? Hello. You're right. Do you work here? You look like you're on a break.
No what? You got an interesting face. So was it surgery or?
This is the sort of conversation that people have in 2077 when they meet perfect strangers. I like your face.
That's a real photogenic face.
Yeah, so you keep saying. Oh my god, I'm getting out of there quickly. It's insulting, really, I think, you know? Oh, hello. This guy's deep in a brain dance. He's got the twitches. And so is this dude here. When I can get through the door, I could see the things on his eyes. Okay, he's really into it. It's quite disturbing, really, isn't it? It's like, you know, it's the ultimate VR headset, isn't it? Where the experience is actually happening in your brain, not just in your eyes. That's the difference. If you feel that you're actually there, how difficult must it be? Oh, thank you. To tell yourself that this isn't reality. Especially if you don't want to think that. If you want to think it is reality, if you turn off the failsafe in your brain that says this isn't real, you know, it can't hurt you for one thing. It's very disturbing. Judy would love this. Judy would absolutely love a place like this. She'd be dissecting it. I mean, she'd want to get rid of half the people here. Hello? What's going on here? You two just chatting. I don't want to interfere with what you're doing if it's private. Is it private?
Hola.
Apparently not. She just said hello to me.
Hey, do I know you?
No, and I don't think you want to, because I've got a reputation. I'm gaining a reputation here in Night City. People are seeking me out now. This is the toilet. Yeah, I could tell. One opposite the other. Oh, dude. Did you slip over? And if you did, I don't want to know what it was you slipped over in. Do you know, I could quite do with using the facility myself if you could get out of the way. Oh, man. The cubicles, always locked when you want one. I just have to cross my legs. Let's try the other toilet, which I'm guessing might be the ladies' toilet. Is it? There are no ladies in here anyway, and there's nothing to be seen. Okay, so the toilets are unrevealing. There's a phrase I didn't think I'd be using today. The toilets are disappointing. If I was writing a review on this place, that's the first thing I would put in it. The barkeep is very friendly and insistent. The toilets, however, unrevealing. I'm going to go and talk to the barkeep. It's always a good thing to do. Befriend the barkeep. Sure, I'll have a drink. Give me 5. I'll give you 5 eddies. You give me a drink. I'll have a brosif, please.
Could use a drink.
I actually could use a drink. When I finish this gig, I'm going to stop and have one. It won't be a brosif. It is a brosif. Wow. So refreshing. And a big bottle too. Who knew? 5 eddies for that great big bottle. Let's just be sociable to start with.
Heard you got a special offer for your more demanding clientele. Recommend anything?
A connoisseur, huh? For you, we got hot BDs. Extra real feel.
Oh.
Any gender, race, fetish you can dream of. We'll fire up those synapses. Get that serotonin pumping.
Do you mind not snoring quite so loudly? I'm trying to talk to the barkeep. Would I do that to you? No, I would not. And just keep it down. Really, of course, I want to locate and talk to, in inverted commas, Yotaro.
Want to have a word with Jotaro.
You have a death wish?
Some people say so.
They do.
Leave a while you still can. Trust me.
Oh, that was it. Look, I've paid for this drink and I'm going to have it. So I've been warned off. Yotaro. I want to call him Yotaro, not Jotaro. It's funny because, you know, I'm told sometimes the J is pronounced as a Y, so I pronounce it as a Y, and then V says it's a J. It's just so confusing. You try to do the best thing you can. Step away from the bar. No more of that beer. We might need a clear head here. I do need a drink, yes, it's over there. It's staring at me, just on my mat, next to me. Okay, so I think this is all the options we've got here, isn't it? Somehow I've got to get where I have not been. Yeah, we've been here. How am I going to get past a guy who doesn't want to let me go past? I don't think I can get anywhere with him. Does he get belligerent if I get close to him? Yeah, there's no way. He's just standing his ground there. He would have moved. You do have, however, distract enemies. I'm a little bit worried about what I'm seeing on the map here. Can you see this? On the mini-map? It's lit up like a Christmas tree. Is this going to work? I think I'm going to have to be quick because that machine's not far away. Yes, it did. Go, 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 quickly. Where's this? Don't stand around. Hello. Ignore me. Get out of his view. Okay. This guy's not paying me any attention anyway because he's in the middle of a BD. Whoa. Easy. You see, that guy's actually facing away from me, and yet, when I came into view behind him, this happened. It's not happening now. Maybe it wasn't him. Perhaps it was the other guy walking along who saw me. Ugh. Alright, I'm going upstairs. I think we need a weapon. Not that one. No, I'm not cattle prodding. I'm not subduing at this point. I do wish I knew where the heck I was. Is this a door? It is a door. I've got 15 technical ability. Open door. Careful. Oh, hello. What's that? Stapler. My stapler. I'll stop doing that. I've done it about 3 times now. What a superb film, though. I learned so much about life from watching Office Space. Absolutely superb. I don't know where this is. It's saying that my target is above me on the minimap. Therefore, I do not need to open this door. What do you do? I'm going to open it. Just for a look. Just for a peep. Suspiciously quiet in there. Let's crouch down and pop around the corner. I feel at some point this might turn bad. I'm not seeing cameras in the particular part where I am. I know there are cameras. That is definitely true. This is some sort of dressing room area, I believe. It looks safe enough. But is it? It's not safe if somebody comes in here and finds me. Is it? I have a doorway here. I have a person standing here. Have I tagged you already? No, I haven't. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to go back the way I came and go up the stairs because my target was above me, it said. Open door. Stop jumping up and down. Yeah, it's still saying that too. It's a zigzag on the stairs by the looks of it. So far it's been bloodless. I don't think that's going to continue. I don't think it is. It's Yataro I'm looking for. It didn't say to take on the entire establishment. However, we'll see, shall we? Because if you do take on the entire establishment, 1, it's incredibly good practice, 2, it's great fun, and 3, it's very rewarding because they drop lots of stuff. And yeah, I'm collecting resources ready for my next upgrade.
Me and Mikey.
Ooh.
And there's Fat Yuto walking out of some flop house with a couple of real ugly maelstromers. Fuck me. Waited for him to leave, then me and Mikey back his skinny ass up against the wall. Straight in the eye, man to man. I asked him, yo, you trying to double cross us? Shit. And what he say?
Who's he talking to? Oh, he's got a friend. Okay. Right. I could try and sneak up on that guy. I could. But I'm looking at the vision cones at the top left of the yellow area there, and I'm just concerned that that other guy who he was talking to could return. They could overlap. Do you know what I think might be safest here? This. Oh man, there he is. I'm terribly sorry, it's nothing personal. Who's that? Oh, it's Yataro Shobo. I found the man himself. Oh, well, you're my target. So, I'm afraid you have left the game. Neutralise Yataro. I think we could say he's been neutralised. Don't you think? He cost me an eddy. It was probably worth it in the big scheme of things. Now, it does look to me like 1 or 2 of these guards are adopting postures of semi-alertness. And now they've gone back to their patrol routine. So the guy I want is over there. I don't think, again, I've got any cameras to worry about in here. Apparently not. I do have to worry about sight lines though, because I'm so visible here. That one there is already tagged. I wonder if that's the one that I saw from the other building and tagged. It could be. She was higher up. She wasn't on the ground floor. Maybe so. Let me do a bit of looting. Money. Ooh, a bit of looting. And here we have Yataro Shobo. Or at least I think we do. What the heck are those pants called? They're for a street samurai with the soul of a dragon. I'll have them. I'll also have the almost another 9,000 eddies and a conversation. Archive conversation Yataro Shobo and Elazar Flores. Yataro, come over. I have a few bodies to get rid of. Elazar, in cold storage? Yataro, yep. Elazar, okay, I'll come tomorrow. They'll be cremating a few at La Katrina, so I'll toss in yours. Yataro, just come and take them. I don't care about the rest. Elazar, understood. Oh my heaven. I wonder where these bodies came from. Are they from brain dances? Take that. Stop jumping up and down for joy. I know you're pleased. I would be pleased too. And don't get yourself caught up on the equipment. It makes you bounce up and down like a strange thing. Force open door. I wish I could, but my V is not a bodybuilder. These weights, they mean nothing to him. What happens if I open this door? I find myself in the strangely dingy bathroom, I'd have to say. Yeah. Oh gosh, this has not been used for bathing recently. It may have been used for something else. I mean, now, of course, Judy would be proud of me. I've just got rid of somebody who's involved in XBDs. Yeah, it is that girl who I saw from across the way. Let's be careful here. There's an awful lot of rooms. Look at that map. There are an awful lot of tiny rooms in this place. Alright. Back where I was with the door that won't open. I probably ought to get rid of as many of these people now as I can. It says leave the club. And I can leave the club because I think I've achieved the objective, which was to deal with Jotaro. I'd have to ask his mother how to pronounce it, and she's not available, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to make this up as we go along. This person who is a... not an access point. Who is a woo-doo-doo-doo-doo can see me if I'm not very careful. Do I detect light around this corner? I do not, but I do detect another room of sorts. What's that in the ceiling? Ah, there's my camera. There you are. Let's take camera control. How many cameras do we have? 2. Precisely 2. Alright. Office area with a computer on the desk. I haven't forgotten about the shard downstairs. I don't want anybody to worry about the shard downstairs. There I am. Second camera. Largely unoccupied area. Okay, we've got problems. I'm going to deal with this first because it's attacking me. So I'll overload that. We are going to be compromised here because they're heading my way. So it's a case now of taking them out. Starting with you. She's gone. The force of the bullets knocked her off her feet backwards. Yeesh. You took 3 bullets. No! Do not come through that doorway expecting me to do nothing about it. Reload quickly. It probably doesn't gain me much advantage being crouched down like this. It just feels safer. You know, I'm less of a target. I'm not as big when I'm crouched down. It's probably not the time to be looting bodies either, but you know. I'm here, they're here, what can you do? Gosh, there's an awful lot of enemy troops still around in here. But I did say that, you know, there are benefits to be had from... You appear to be just resting. That's really good exercise, actually. Probably not so good for your Achilles, though. I'm just going to say, that's not a posture that would be recommended. I was told to use steps. You know, when you just step up, step down, step up, step down, that sort of thing. Slight springing actions on my foot as well, just to stretch very gently and very slightly. I am not medically qualified. Don't place any at all reliance upon what I'm telling you. It's just what I was told. So, oh no, not again. No, not some poor unfortunate who's trapped in the door. How can that happen in 2 consecutive episodes? Oh, do you know what? I'm doing a public service. I'll probably get shot for doing it, but there you go. You just rest in here now. There you go. I'm not having you being scythed in 2 by that blooming door. Alright. E is for exploration. There's a door. Combat mode is being very busy. There's so many of them now. Look at them, and they're very mobile too. I have a body. Oh, this is the studio. This is the Braindance studio. Oh God, suddenly I'm getting echoes of Evelyn when I stumbled on that. Oh, I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. Take all that stuff, but I'm going to scan the body. Oh, thankfully it's not revealed anything. Wow. You're all part of it as far as I'm concerned. You're all equally guilty. Yeah, I spotted that as well. I did say if there are 50 of these things, I'm not intending to do all of them. Hi. And now then, do you know what? I actually think that staircase could be useful to me, so I'm going to leave it there because look, they're lining up as if waiting for a bus. I'm going to go and do this quickly. that stops time as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you get shot at while you're doing one of these. So give me a sec, I'll look at it. Back in a mo. Right, here we go. Let's see what happens. 55 and a 7A. I need a 55 and a 55. And then I need a BD and a 7A and a 55. All done. Good. Similar rewards each time now. 2 tier 5 quick hack components. 2. Honestly, 2. What endeavour for 2. Alright, now this door, as I said, could be useful. Look at them. I don't know. I'm thinking a grenade. Oh, hang on. Maybe I'm not thinking a grenade. Maybe I'm thinking they might be too far away downstairs. This one at the top's limbering up. Look at him. He's saying, I'm ready. Bring it on. Give me what you got, V. Ding ding, round 1. Oh, I used too many bullets there. But he did drop something, which is nice. Let's try a grenade. I don't think it's necessarily going to reach those people down there. They're kind of... Yeah, you see, they're not where I thought they were. They're beneath the stairs, if anywhere. I might still try it. Can I just bounce it round the corner slightly? Let's try that. Yeah, well, it annoyed them, but I don't think it did more than that. The door's close behind me. Don't do that, door. I will. I'll pick that up, crowbar. Oh, ouch, that really hurt. That was not nice. Reload quickly. I know what you're thinking. This might be a time to swap the pistol out and try Johnny's gun. Let's do that, shall we? Right, Johnny's gun. Let's see how good you really are. Well, okay, that was fairly good. I'll give it that. That was fairly good. The magazine only holds 10 though. My plan B holds 20. And as we know, that's not so many. It's got a very cute reload action. Hey, you're interrupting me talking to people about my gun. Yes, it's my gun now. It's my car now. I mean, I never thought associating with this gun, associating with Johnny Silverhand would bring me things like this gun, that car. And you know, in a sense, it brought me Pan Am as well. I owe my life to Johnny Silverhand. There's another t-shirt. Where would I be without him? Careful here. I don't want people coming from behind me. You're looking the wrong way. You wish you won't do that. See, you should have looked this way. I'm over here. Ooh, 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 ooh. That one there's really annoyed with me. Look at them. So mobile. They're like doing a little dance. Ugh, there's so many. At least 4, 5, possibly, maybe. But the music is now helping me because I'm making progress. So, I'm just wondering whether this... I had a bit of a bottleneck there, didn't I? Could this be another one? Do you know, it might be. But they're not in the right place. Unless I encourage them to come this way. Let me just pop back here and do a little bit of looting. While there's no fear of being disturbed. Because we've been this way. So, is that a guitar pick? Can't have too many guitar picks. I am never far away from a guitar pick. I'll just prove the point. There you go. Never far away. Having said that, I'm not one of these people who carries one round with them. But when I'm at home, is what I meant. I'm never far away from one. Alright, I think I'm going to try and use this little bit of corridor here, because as long as that door closes behind me, or it would, if I went up to it and activated the mechanism on it, there we go, I'll at least get the noise of it opening to warn me of someone approaching from behind. Is this safe? It says it's hostile, doesn't it? I can well believe that. It's another set of stairs. There's the guy. He's still on his brain dance, oblivious to what's going on around him. That's the problem, you see. It's like when you're wearing headphones and someone shouts you, isn't it? And you're not paying attention. Okay, we do have still a lot of people to deal with. And I do want to try and find that office before I leave here, because the one where I saw a computer on the desk, this was the other room that I saw with the hologram of the brain dancer. That camera I can turn off now because it holds no use to me, really. Pretty sure I'm not going to find anybody in any of these. I'll have that coffee with sin milk. Oh, I spoke too soon. Hello. I believe she's she's vibrating rather. If I get too close to her. Alright, well, I mean, you know, she's having a nice time. Well, this one's got a pole in it. And some cables hanging down from the ceiling. I don't know if they're part of it or whether it's just some infrastructure that needs repair urgently. Oh, I found a safe. Safes sometimes have Eurodollars in them, but only 673. I reckon if you find a safe in this game, it should have thousands of eddies in it, don't you? You know, at least like as many as you get when you pick up a money shard or something of that sort. So here we are, back round in the dressing room area. I'm going to go after the rest of the bad guys. I think that's what I'm going to do next. I'll take the All Foods Meat Delight. If I don't eat it, I can sell it, I guess. Alright. We're going to take them on. Let's go. I'm heading downstairs because most of them are downstairs. This is it. This is where it could get hairy. I mean, some of them have gone back to almost a patrol routine because it's been a while now since anyone's died. Please don't let the bartender be belligerent too. Don't tell me I've got to kill the bartender. I mean... Beg your pardon? Oh. I was going to use my knife, but then you turned round and I've had to use Johnny's gun. So I don't mind. You can't use the knife every time, I think. You know, sometimes you need practice. This is a weapon I'm not practiced with. Oh, and it shot him in between the gaps in the curtain. How terrific was that? Oh, I like this gun. Ouch, I don't like that. You snuck up behind me. That's not polite. Announce your arrival next time. This guy's angry. These guys are angry. Actually, that's not a good place to stand. I think I'll just move back a little. Come through the door and see what waits for you. They might come that way as well, I suppose, but maybe not. I was looking at that guy's feet being scythed by the door. Honestly. What a cute mechanism that is. I said I was going to try this melee thing of his too, didn't I? So I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get close enough to someone to do it, though, is the thing. If I shoot him in the legs... Hark at me. What? Where is this vocabulary coming from? Can I now... Oh! Was that the melee action? I think it probably was. Oh, but I haven't got time to use it again. I'm going to get killed here. It kind of set him on fire. I've allowed my health to deteriorate tremendously. This is very foolish of me. I'm very poorly. Let me just regenerate. Ugh!
God damn it!
He realised his mistake. He did tell himself off at the last moment. Oh, look what I've done now. I've died again. No. You don't do that. That's not polite. Alright, we are looting. And I'm going to go and try and find that office too, as I said, because I think I should. So, did you have anything for me? No, not particularly, but you did, didn't you? Yes, you did. And that one there has 2. I'll take everything, I don't mind. Right, Let me ask this young lady. Oh, she's not there anymore. Oh, she's cowering. She's hiding behind the desk. Oh dear. She's saying to us, I'm not paid to do this. This isn't in my job description. Hiding from people bursting in with weapons. The barkeep. No, don't. Please don't. I don't want to kill the barkeep. I don't want to kill the barkeep. That was weird. She kind of looked like she was... Sorry, he. I don't know why I call him she. Was going to turn belligerent against me and offensive and take exception to my presence, and then didn't. Can I actually... I think I probably can't. Why am I doing this? I can just walk round the side. Oh look, here's that shard that I was going to read. Let me read it. Braindance available titles: Body Horror 12, The First and Last Time, Arachnophobia Unleashed, My Big Fat Chrome Body, Welcome to Hell 2, Rotted Alive, Golden Shot 4. I think these might be Yotaro products which are being advertised in his bar. Do you know, I'm going to let you go, my friend, because you're a barkeep and the world needs more of you. But someone's making awful noises. Right, I might have to edit a little here because I'm going to head upstairs and see if I can find that office. So if I find it straight away, all is well, and if I don't, there'll be a little edit right here. Right, I have located the computer. Moreover, in this office, I've also located a safe. And it's got some nice stuff in it, as you can see. So I'm looting all of this and the 4,111 eddies before I use the computer. Now I've already been round this side of the desk, and here is the computer. It's got messages on it. You can see I've opened it because there is a problem, and this is the problem. I'll just show you. There's a heck of a reflection from behind me casting a shadow on the screen. Now I can't do anything about this, unfortunately, because I can leave that. Excuse me. Because it's this window aperture which is responsible, and it doesn't have blinds. It can't be closed in the way that H10's window can have blinds put across it. So we're just going to have to cope as we are. Now someone will say, why don't you read this from the side and scroll up and down? And that's a good question. Why don't I? The thing is, it's quite hard to do. If I start at the top of this, for instance, I just tried it a moment ago and scroll down, it's quite tricky. I don't get to the bottom. You see how it's now cutting off the one that's at the actual bottom? I have to go really quick, in other words, to make the last sentence appear. So I'm just going to put up with it. We're going to read it like this with the reflection. If we miss little bits of text, then we miss tiny bits of text. I did play with it for a second or two before I came on camera to show you I'd found the computer. This is the best solution I've come up with. So let's go with it. Studio equipment delivery from Fan Yi to Yotaro Shobo. This, I guess, is Yotaro's shopping list for things he uses in his braindance making. It's not going to make pleasant reading. Standard handcuffs is number 1. 2. Hand and ankle cuff set. 3. Small cage with strategically placed openings. 4. Breathing tubes. 5. Scalpel set. 6. Fecal collection system. 7. Epidural kit. This is getting worse. 8. Variety pack. 9. Rope. 10. Another variety pack. 11. Beads and plugs. 12. Electrodes with cables, quad electrodes. 13. Aquarium. 14. Full suite ambulance. All items should deliver within 5 business days. Ouch. I'm quite glad that I terminated him now. Let's read this one from Yotaro Shobo to Lenny Nero. What should I scroll next? Blinding and mutilation, coercion, distress, torture. It's all become too ordinary, no longer fresh. Perhaps I'll layer it with a feeling of impending death. Crescendo it throughout. It's a relatively simple approach for a stronger, tastier feel. I have many other ideas too, but my product also... My question is, what do you need? All cameras off. This is from Yotaro Shobo to Takeshi Taguchi. Cease all forms of data logging on my floor. Cams, everything. And set up dampers. It better be impossible for anyone outside to hear me. but do it so it won't interfere with my BD equipment. I need this done now. And the last one was called International Cuisine. From Ye Hun, is that to Yotaro Shobo? Good morning. I'm offering a new dish that should satisfy your sophisticated palate. Ingredients include 1 black lamb, 2 pink porky boys, and with an Asian twist, a young hen and rooster. In total, this is not a menu. In total, 5 young up-and-coming stars who are dying to perform in your productions. Important. Make sure to apply the... I can't read that. It looks like cream provided in your package to their biomonitor wounds. It would be a shame if they died in the middle of scrolling because of some silly infection. I also equipped each with a GPS in case any of them try to go out for any long walks. But most importantly, have some fun. As of today, they're your property. P.S. I know you don't like surprises, so I personally double-checked their histories. None have ever professionally, so it's up to you to convince them and break them in how you see fit. There is a reply from Yotaro Shobo to Ye Hun International Cuisine. I only hope this time they prove more durable. I can't cook with soft ingredients. God. That's heavy. Actually, Judy would be pleased that I terminated Yotaro Shobo, but I don't think I'd want to show her that stuff. You're doing this for the mocks. Remind yourself you're doing this for the mocks, and we like the mocks. We do, because Judy likes the mocks. Judy is mocks. This is a list of raw files for edits. These are last month's BD scrolls, raw, ready for editing. He made 6 in a month. That's 6 too many. Oh, heaven above. I paused there for a second because in speed reading ahead of myself I spotted certain things in this text which are very explicit and therefore not really appropriate for me to read out loud on the channel. What I'm going to do instead is leave this here, this demonstration of the depravity of Yotaro Shobo, which we know about already, for you to read. I'll scroll down so that you can read the rest of it and then we'll move on together. We're out of here. So from this we can conclude that Yotaro Shobo is no sad loss to the human race. This is one very, very twisted individual. I, out of respect for Judy, really wouldn't want her to read that either. I just think it's just too much for Judy to take in. She would be incensed to think that a person like that could exist still and be out here doing what he's doing. Well, I mean, the good news is, Judy, he doesn't exist anymore because I've seen to that. He's gone. Ooh, I can't force open that door. That's a great shame. So I'm heading back. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to do every access point in the game today, and I'm not going to. I am going to draw limits to what I'm going to do. I'm revisiting the scene of the crime here somewhat in my effort to locate the stairs and a way out of here. Leave the club. It will be my delight. Yeah, I hope that's okay with me not reading out that text. I'm just not comfortable with reading it. You have to bear in mind the things I've said. There may be, if there was just one person who was within earshot of someone who was watching the video, and shouldn't hear those words, I think that's one person too many. It's not necessary. The text is there. You can read it. 43 episodes it's taken me to have to do that, but it just shows how twisted, perverted and horrendous Yotaro Shobo was. And I'm quite happy to say he's no longer with us. I mean, I think I've explored this place now to the nth degree. Having said that, there's still 1 or 2 rooms I've not been in. I'll take that ritual bowl. Judy would be pleased with me not reading that text out, I think. She would. She would say there's no need to give it an audience. his perverted thoughts, we can understand now why it was he was marked to be dealt with. And we did it for the marks. Of all the people to do it for. I haven't done a job for the mocks for ages. Again, Judy will be thrilled that we've done that. Okay, we're out of here. We've left the club. I may have left somebody alive there, and I don't really care. Gig Monster Hunt is complete. Let's see what we get. Said by Regina Regina.
One less shithead in this city. Cream. Thanks, V. Closing the gig.
Thank you, Regina Regina, for the 1,000 experience points. They're 2,800 eddies. I mean, look at that. I'm way past 1.5 million eddies now. That's terrific. Okay, I am ready for a break, so I'm going to take one, and I'll be back in a second. Right, I've had my break. I've had some food, actually, with my wife, which was rather nice. I'm going into the journal. I've already been and selected discount dock, but I wanted to show you it's 3.5 kilometres away. We're resuming our navigation towards our Cyberpsycho. If I show you where this is on the map, we are here in the north, our Cyberpsycho is here in the south, and roughly halfway along our journey there is this. It's a gig which is perfectly positioned, not far off our route at all. In fact, it's a couple of streets away. If I click, you can see how it's changed. Search and recover. A client wants you to find something here. It doesn't explain any more than that, and that's great because I love intrigue. So we're going to do that on our way to our second Cyberpsycho. And that said, let's drive the car. My car, not the car, my car. Sorry, Johnny. I will never forget the first time I drove this car in the darkness as we were heading towards the oil fields. It was quite an emotive time, was it not? I was pulled up a bit by a couple of people in the comments for letting Grayson live, the guy we met on the Ebonike, and I sort of tried to justify it by saying, and I think I did justify it, I won't say sort of, the thing about Grayson was he's an underling. He attached himself to Adam Smasher. He's not the problem. He isn't the person, moreover, who killed Johnny Silverhand. So, in a way, killing Grayson is a win for Adam Smasher. It lets him know how annoyed and upset Johnny is. Whereas if Johnny Stroke V spares Grayson, it sends the opposite message to Adam Smasher. We're not interested in underlings, Adam Smasher. It's you who is the target. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't dispatch him that way. And the other thing is, and I know V, uses his gun quite a lot to dispatch gang members and all those sorts of things, but when he's in a one-to-one situation with someone and is thinking about them because of their contribution to what's happened in the game, the way they've affected people, he is a lot more thoughtful about how to treat them. Fingers, for instance, waited a long time to be caught up with, but he was caught up with. So yeah, that was why I think I left Grayson alive. There was no point to killing him, was the thing. It was actually more useful as a message to Adam Smasher in my head's lore of the game, if you like, for that to happen that way. I'm driving very slowly. It's very wet. Everything is. The people, the cars. The moisture, humidity must be a terrible problem in Night City. I always think, we see these people with guitars in the streets, and I'm thinking, what do they do with their guitars to keep them safe? Because in the real world, people who live in high humidity situations have, for expensive guitars and things that mean a lot to them certainly, climate controlled cabinets where the humidity and temperature is kept within a certain range. And even if you don't, I notice with my inexpensive guitars in this country where humidity varies but not wildly in the way it does in some parts of the world, even I notice things like my guitars can sometimes be sharp or flat when I go to them. I don't have locking tuning pegs, by the way, just to explain, because you can get those which help to prevent the thing going out of tune overnight or whatever. But yeah, even I notice it behaves a bit like a barometer, the wood of the guitar, depending on, the humidity, the temperature, the kind of weather conditions you've got. So it must be phenomenal for people in Night City. I reckon their electronics must have those little booklets that say, you know, the operating temperatures, the range of acceptable temperatures for this laptop, computer, whatever, are this, and keep it out of high humidity. I always used to think, when I was younger particularly, and less experienced of the world, that the high humidity thing meant don't use it in the kitchen if you're cooking potatoes and the air is full of lots of moisture, steam, or don't take it in the bathroom with you for obvious reasons, because bathrooms and electricity don't mix anyway. You shouldn't do that. But yeah, I didn't realise these little booklets were mostly sort of international in nature, and what it was really saying was that you should be very, very careful of humidity because of the damage it can do. I don't want to get caught up in that, but I do think I've arrived. Oh, Wakako.
V, my dear, I need you to pay a visit to a tiger claw den and retrieve something for me.
All right.
I know you are up to the task.
Thank you.
I am attaching more information. Read it carefully.
I very shall. Here it is. What do we have here? Let me get my... I seem to have lost... There we go. Gig type thievery. Objective steal Vortex's cred chip. Location Tiger Claws Casino on Longshore South. Details. The vulture is the wisest bird. While others lose strength in the pursuit of prey, the vulture waits patiently. It only spreads its wings when it smells blood on the air. You will be my vulture, V. I heard a Tiger Claw casino has been robbed by one of their own, a dealer. The girl had an alias, Vortex, and she managed the casino's machines. She programmed them to skim a small percentage so a drop from each win landed in her bucket. It took years for the Tigers to realise how they were being cheated. You can imagine they were not pleased. But their ferocity extended too far. Vortex died during the interrogation before revealing where she stored the stolen money. A vulture is wiser than a tiger, V. You will find it. I will send you the Vortex's last known location. Don't let me down. I'll try not to. I also need to keep away from this police activity. Is it sending me this way? I think it is. There are stairs, that's why. And it's beneath me. It's literally beneath me. It's beneath me. Oh, I can't do this. It's beneath me. Okay. I think I see what's going on here. The music's a little ominous. The lapping water is not helping me. This is just a bit too far from everything and everybody. What do I gain by going backwards on myself here? Oh, it's access to another part of it. It looks like there are multiple ways of approaching this place. Cashmere wool? You should have said, I'm picking up some rubbish today. Literally, I'm picking up some rubbish today. This is a bridge. I've seen bridges before. It's just round the corner according to the teal line, which I'm following. Less than 10 metres away. Oh. This might be the entrance to the casino. Indeed, and I've got a camera. Hang on a second. Let me just tag you. Who are you? A tiger claw with a very short wanted list. That's why he's at the front of house. He's the respectable one. And not armed, I notice. Let me take camera control. It says enter the casino, but I'd much rather scan it before I enter it, if that's alright. That's me, that's you. We know each other. So if I go into scan mode, suddenly... Oh, computer in there. Good to know. Suddenly we are... Oh, there's an upstairs as well as a downstairs. Better watch this. Yes, there is. Yes, there very is. You're right, I could be pinging these people, but, you know, like I said, sometimes it's best just to make things a little bit more adventurous by using your eyes and ears. And if you get it wrong, it's not the end of the world. There are a lot of them, though. If this were to turn into a firefight again, I think I might be in trouble here. I really do. think I've got most of these people tagged. I've got sufficient of them tagged, I think. Yeah, okay, let's exit, and I will go in.
Hold up. It's paid to get inside.
Oh, is it? To go into a casino... I don't know anything about casinos. I've never been to one.
Time of year casino having entrance fees.
Don't agree with it? Then fuck off. No one's forcing you.
You make a good point. Also, your sandwich looks disgusting. What is it? I wouldn't eat that if I were you. I think I saw it move. I will pay how much? 7,800 eddies? Are you crazy?
Of course it is.
There goes my profit margin.
Have fun.
Yeah, well now, 7,800 eddies worth of fun. I'm going to drink 7,800 eddies worth of free beverages. How can I do it if they're free? That makes no sense. Some very decorous tiger claws. I mean, you're fluorescing under these lights. But the prize for being most decorous surely goes to this young lady here. Your eyes are amazing. Can I just say you have lovely eyes. For a killer, that is, with a heavily armed young lady. Oh, if they're giving you problems, I'll take them off your hands. Warning, all activities are recorded. I do think sometimes that V's shadow looks like an alien, don't you? There's that bit there where he's walking sideways that reminds me of the bit in Signs, the Mel Gibson film. Do you know that bit? Where the thing is sort of stalking outside the children's birthday party and somebody captures it on video.
How's your day going? Win anything?
Yeah, a few eddies here and there.
At least that's something, right?
But I didn't spend them all second I got them, yeah.
That's the second time today that gambling has come up as a problem in discussion between two people. Hi there. Good to see you. There's a door here. May I? Apparently I may, because I've got 20 technical ability. So I will then. And I have a crate. Okay, there's a fair... Ooh, that was worth looting. That's a nice crate. There's a hole in the wall there. There's a literal hole in the wall. And a whole bunch of clothing. Honestly, so much clothing. It's coming up to time for a redesign of V's outfit. I'm well aware of this. We have a barkeep over there. That's sensational to know. I have another door here, however, for a restroom. Let me go to the restroom.
Hey, how's the cash flow?
Good you ask. It's Annie's. It's pathetic. Say what you will about Vortex. She could work the machines. Not like our new gunk.
Okay. I didn't want to miss that conversation. He's discussing the fact that takings are takings, but not as good as when Vortex was running the business. Interesting. Isn't it strange? She was taking money from them and they were still making loads of money with her running it, which is probably why it went so long before anybody suspected. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of... Well, you know what I mean. That's probably why no one suspected it for so long, because the casino was successful with her running the machines. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think I may chat to the barkeep. Good day to you. There are indeed a lot of tigers here. I'll have a drink. Hit me with a brosif. Hit me with it, you know what I mean. Please take the top off a brosif and pass it to me.
Thanks a lot.
That's not a brosif. I'm going to drink it anyway. That's green stuff. Green stuff. Right, we've bonded now. We've established a customer and barkeep relationship, from which I'm now going to extend into this.
How's the casino trade? Any big wins out there?
Of course. Anyone can win big. You just have to want it.
Why not play yourself then?
I don't know. It's against my religion. Oh, whatever. I'm a Muslim.
Yeah. See, you also sell alcohol.
What, you a fucking expert on the Torah now? Mind your own business.
That's not a good start. I was hoping to get off on a good foot with him so that we would bond and he'd open up and tell me information that I need to know about. We're getting closer with the second one here, aren't we? Lots of tigers here.
See a lot of tigers. They run this place?
That's right. And very well. Know what else they do well? Break the knees of people who ask questions.
Thinking this conversation's going slightly the wrong way. I'm getting nervous. The only thing to do now is have a drink and reconsider. There's a lot of tigers here. If this goes bad, I am going to be toast.
Woman used to work here, a net runner. Name's Vortex. You know her?
That might not be a good question.
You're searching for trouble. Whatever your reason, don't involve me. I know nothing.
He knows nothing. I'm going to say... Oh, no. I wouldn't have done that anyway. Talk or it's trouble you'll find. No.
Fine. Forget I even asked.
Thanks. You know, you're okay.
Thanks. I'll remember that. But I'm going to step away from the bar now before I drink any more of this green stuff that you've been giving me because it's gone straight to my head. Oh... Having said that, no, I'm going to resist any further interaction with this guy. You are somebody I've not tagged. I'll rectify that right now, because I like to tag them all. There are... What have I got here? Let's have a look at what we have. We have people sitting... just, enjoying the free beverages. I have a server room. Oh. Was I meant to do that? Oh gosh, I thought somebody had taken exception to me opening the server room door. Ah, yeah, they have. I can't go in there. Server room's out of bounds. Do not go in server room. Ooh, that could have been bad. I do have double doors here, which are the doors that I came in, I think. Yeah, I've gone backwards on myself. That's the guy by there. There's some more double doors over there. Can I need to, and I've done this once already today, but can I do it twice? Can I distract that guy away from that doorway so I can go through it? I'm guessing that's what I've got to do. I mean, everywhere else is heavily patrolled. Let's try it. I'm ready. He's gone. He's going. Go on. Come on. He's gone. Be quick. Just in time. Area hostile. I know this already, you don't have to tell me. I think I'd probably better have a gun out, just in case. Also, I think I'm going to go back to my plan B. I've given Johnny's gun a fairly good outing there. I just need... Not that. I just... No. Not a submachine gun. I need my blanket. I need my comfort blanket. Here it is. Oh, yeah. Right, open and squat. Okay. So, now, again, probably wandering around with the gun out isn't a good idea now. I was okay going through the doorway with the gun, just in case somebody on the other side had a gun and wanted to point it at me and use it. I think I'm going to turn off these cameras now, as I come across them. Again, just in case anyone takes exception. That guy's walking in my direction. I will look nonchalant. Search the casino office. This is the casino office. There's a guy standing right there who's going to see me go into the casino office. Do I have anything I can distract him with? I do. Let me put that on, just so he's not looking my way. Go over there a moment. Just go and have a look. It's over there. Go. Well done. Okay, enter the casino office. Oh, there's someone already in here. It's a racketeer. Again, not paying any attention to me. I think I might... I think They're just not interested. Find Vortex's cred chip. I feel like I'm walking around in a place I shouldn't be up here, but maybe because I haven't done anything wrong, they're not actually interested in me. Oh, that's not a computer. I thought I was going to use that computer. I probably shouldn't loot anything in this room. That might be asking for trouble. That's just a can of something. You keep it. It might be his. It might be his in the first place. Yeah, I'm going to go through this door if I can. Yes, I can. Same again. Ooh, now then, careful. Who are you? This person is a tiger claw. That's all it says. And they've let me in. Oh, now then. I think I found it. There's like a briefcase on the desk. There's someone in the chair. I'll scan them in a minute. That could be a computer I could use over there. Maybe I should use it then whilst things are quiet. We have messages, 3 of them. Are those ones that we've read? I think... Yes, we have, but the top one maybe not. Pack your bags. From Vortex to Lily. Time to pack up. They're catching on. Hope to shave off a little more, but the take's not half bad. Not worth the risk. Do what you got to do. I'll get the car checked and buy a pass. Be ready to head out Saturday by dawn. Love you, Vortex. Oh, there was an escape plan. Revenue. Something's not adding up here. Should be 488955. Big chunk of impulses missing. Need to talk to Vortex about this. This is where they cottoned on to what was occurring, and there it is. There's the total revenue, 487883, not 488955. I mean, it wasn't a huge amount that she took, was it? From January to June, in 6 months, she skimmed off 1,000. That's all, just over 1,000. Oh, Vortex. Now, who is this person? And should I be concerned about you? Oh, it's Jonin? I don't know you. She's just relaxing and perhaps recharging in some way. This, I think, is the box that I need. Oh, it's not a box. This is the cred chip. Contains a small fortune in currency. Oh, deposit Vortex's cred chip in the drop point. I can just walk out. No, of course I can't just walk out. The guy downstairs by the door is going to be a problem because I've got to walk past him now. Uh-oh. I mean, I can try walking past him and see what happens. Do I have a plan B? I know I've got a plan B. I mean, do I have a plan B? Yes, I have a plan B. Shoot them all. Can I distract him rather to one of these machines? Too far away? Not too far away. I don't like it either, but go and have a look and see what it is. Good lad. I'm done. I'm out of here. I haven't fired a shot. Doors. Go the right way. Past the girl with the amazing eyes. I love that. I think we might be looking at a thumbnail or a slide at least here. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to pop back and take her picture because the game auto saves obviously at various points, so I can nip back to that point simply to take a picture. I think that's going to be a thing I will do. I would stand there and do it now, but we have places to be and things to do. It was great. Thanks very much. 7,800 eddies. Didn't so much as have a proper sandwich, but then neither did you. So it's probably like a rat burger or something down where we are. There's probably plenty of rats down here. Lots of protein. You're going to jump over here. Do you know what I will do? I might try and go out through this door because I'm nosy. I'll have a look up those stairs too, because I just want to know what was up there. Not much actually. Another tiger claw and another access point, which I will do because I've had a break. So let's just pop in and connect to this one. That's done now. Give me a sec, I'll have a look. Back in a moment. Okay, here we go. See how this works. 7A, 1C, FF, and then I need FF and 1C. I think I may have gone wrong here. See, and then I need a 55 and a 55, and I'm not going to get them. Oh, doesn't matter. Never mind. That was the basic one that failed. Please, in the comments, don't give me a solution to it. Sometimes you do, don't you? Sometimes when you're doing this, you just lose track and fail. Some of you out there are perhaps, you know, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, maybe you are really the sorts of people who never fail at these kind of puzzles, but I do sometimes. So it takes all sorts, as they say. I think I've come out the wrong way here and I need to get back to my car, but I can kind of remember the way, didn't I? Yeah, I came down from up there, so I'll go back the same way. Oh, box. I'll loot that while I'm here, because the grape pie, bucket and coffee will make me feel so much better. And I won't worry about the fact that one little bit of a puzzle failed. Here we go. Where did I park? All the way around here. I've got to go and deposit this. Actually, I don't need to. My deposit point is literally just across the road by the looks of it. I'll walk there. Why would you drive that far? Deposit Vortex's cred chip in the drop point. Deposit. Job complete. Gig Tiger and Vulture. And Wakako calls me, of course.
I have received information that Vortex's shard is on its way. You did not disappoint, V. That deserves compensation.
Good. I hope it's big, because
I am closing the contract and transferring your fee.
I had to spend 7,800 eddies to get in there, Wakako. Please give me lots of dosh. What? What? It's another reason why I don't trust Wakako. Oh, here we are. She heard me. Oh dear, she overheard me. She has ears everywhere. Do not think that I haven't noticed your efforts, V. I think the best way to value hard work is to give more work. Who knows, maybe soon you will even receive the most coveted contracts. Ooh. Oh right, maybe I was too harsh. I won't have a word said against Wakako, unless it's me saying it. Other people say terrible things about her, but not me. Not me. Right, now before my vehicle gets damaged by these people driving at insane speeds at this time of night, I'm going to reselect, and this time we're going to drive directly there to Discount Dock. So, oh hello, the sports cars are out. Oh, I see. No, it's just admiring your car. Does it do many gallons to the mile? Doesn't sound like my car quite though, does it? Yours sounds a bit tinny. Mine sounds, well, I guess you'd call it classic. It's the most classic of classic cars. Look at it. 100 years. 100 years old. Well, not really in terms that it is, but the one that Johnny had in 23 was probably brand new, so it's a 50-year-old car that sat still for a large part of that time in a container, doing nothing. So actually, it's probably the best kept Porsche 911 in the whole of the Night City world, when you think about it that way. That's a good way to think about it. And it used to belong to that rocker. What's his name? You know, the one no one can remember his name anymore. Guy disappeared. Doesn't even have a grave. Poor Johnny. It's not much of a legacy, is it? But it's not too late. He's been given that rare opportunity, a second chance. And now we're in A Wonderful Life. It's a Wonderful Life territory, aren't we? The James Stewart film where he gets the second chance because a Christmas angel comes down and lets him see how things would have been had he not been around. Good film, that. It's an old film. You may not have seen it. It's on every Christmas. In this country, it's on several times every Christmas now. This is the thing about having multiple channels. Back in the olden days, when we only had 2, 3 channels, in this country particularly, when a film was on at Christmas, it was on at Christmas. If you missed it, you missed it. Good luck till next Christmas, where you might see it if they decided to put it on. But now, you know, you can see the same film like 6, 7, 8 times on the run up to Christmas, it seems, and not even all on the same channel. So you do have to sort of pace yourself over Christmas. But yeah, Johnny got that chance. All right. Cyberpsycho sighting discount dock. Now we know what they said here. The worker went bizarre, maybe wearing some sort of exoskeleton that's protecting them, because the other workers tried to subdue them and couldn't because of that. There's an open gate begging me to walk inside. Holden McCoy, no affiliation. Are you my dude? I think you might be. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm... Oh, wait a second. No, perhaps not. Perhaps Holden is just one of the people trying to fight the Cyberpsycho. I need height. Fortunately, my legs and hands can give me this height. This is definitely the area upon which I've got to search. So, oh yeah. Was that Holden? Likely a merc shot with a heavy projectile. Ooh! You'll be my Cyberpsycho, Chase Coley. Chase is at 92%. So whoever that was did some damage to Chase and he's not regenerating. That's interesting. Now then, where are my various things I could use? I'm going to try a cyberware malfunction. It will be traceable, but I'm on high, which means it's going to be difficult for him to get to me. Let's see what that does. 92% becomes 92%. He's just irritated. I've just knocked him. I've upset him tremendously. His cyberware malfunction did some damage. Let me try... I'll try the usual things that it will let me, because overheat is blocked and weapon glitch is blocked. I'll try a contagion on him and see if that does any harm. Yes, it did. Chase Coley suffered from contagion. Oh, but he's very unhappy with me. Oh, he's very unhappy with me. Seriously? Very unhappy. Not pleased. Ooh. Chase. I might try a grenade. One grenade won't kill him, but it might do some physical damage. Let's drop it there. Ouch. I stood around too long. I think I can risk that again. I'm pretty sure I can. Where did he go? Better not let that happen too much. Have that. Oh. 74%. Right, just thinking that in my inventory, really having the one-handed club now might not be the best thing, or perhaps the knife. I might take the knife out temporarily and replace it with, I'm thinking the Yinglong. Then the damage is very low on the Yinglong, but then I don't want the damage to be very high, do I? But then am I more likely to use it for longer because the damage isn't very high and do the very thing I'm trying to avoid doing? I don't Can you tell? These are weapons I've picked up. They're not very great. Ooh, power shotgun. Go on, I'll give it a go. I'll give the power shotgun a go. I don't know distance, whether I'm too far away. Oi. What weapon do I have currently in my hand? The power shotgun. Let's try this. Ooh, 69%. Boom. And 65%. I'm doing it in between him shooting me. 61%. This is a good game. It's a little dance we're doing. That did nothing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hey, mind the building. Someone's got to repaint this when you finished. Yeah, that stopped having any effect. I think I may have to use the grenade again. Yeah, that had some effect. Let's do a couple more grenades. There we go. Whoa. That exploded in the air, I think, because I bounced it off something rather than throwing it at him. Yeah. We'll swap out the shotgun. It's a good excuse to use some different weapons here and try them out. Let's try... I've got 2 of those, I've just noticed. Two Crushers, 2 Wesleys. I don't need 2 Wesleys. I might try the Senko submachine gun. Yeah, let's try that. Good Lord above. He's really annoyed. Oh, it doesn't fire many bullets, does it? It only fires like 3 at a time, I think, or something. I mean, they're working to a degree. Don't go near the edge when he's doing that. It's like a firework display. It's like November 5th. No, that's not doing much either. Next, please. I'm going to try... I'm going for guns, have you noticed, rather than pistols here. How about the tech sniper rifle? I don't want to kill him. But I could try just shooting him in the body with it. Oh, I don't know what that did. I should have looked at what I was on before I started. Nothing. It did nothing. Can't penetrate the armour. Oh, that did. A body shot. You just got to twiddle your thumbs while he gets it out of his system. Ow. I think we might be back to grenades again now. Oh! Did it again. Air bounced. Let me bounce it off there instead. Oh yeah, that worked. That worked very well. Now, this is the point at which I need to be careful. Do I... Not that. Not that. I mean, I can see why you're holding it. I think your chances of using it against him from this distance without dying are 0. So let's not do that. I am thinking rather this might be the time to use, if it's available now, short circuit. Do I have it? Yes, I do. Give him one. Have a short circuit on me. 9 becomes 3, becomes 2, becomes 1. 1. He's on 1%. Maybe now then I should use my club. Do we think? Do I do my one-handed club? It means going down there. Oh God. It means going down there. I really don't like the sound of that. I'm going to have to jump down there and whack him straight away, aren't I? Jump down, whack. Let's practice. Jump down, whack. Are we ready? Ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Whack. Missed. Whack. Oh no. Oh no. No. Get out of there. That went terribly wrong. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Get back up. I can't get back up. I've got that silly stick in my hand. Oh, I nearly died. I could have died. I could be dead. He's on 1%. I might try short circuit. I might try another short circuit. Has he moved? Where'd he go? Oh, he's over here somewhere. Oh, I don't know where he is now. Oh, hello, but he knows where I am. There he is. You have a short circuit and I hope it isn't lethal. Down he goes. Come on. He's gone. Is he alright? Are you okay? Yes, I think he is. I think he is. He's still breathing. Alright, just let me reset in my inventory my weapons somewhat. What do I want in slot 2 here? Do you know what? I don't know. No, I might keep that there. I might keep it there because it was effective at taking a lot of health off but not killing. So yeah, I'm going to loot this dude for everything he's worth. Search the area to collect information and read the shard doesn't look good. Okay, let's read that first. Doesn't look good. I gotta say, that Mary of yours sure has a head on her shoulders. She got you here at the last possible moment. Your body's rejecting the implants and no wonder it's not ready for them. They're military grade. You can't use them without the proper training. Christ, they're not for civilian use at all. I can give you a script for painkillers, but don't forget, the pain is your body's way of warning you. If you ignore it and keep using that chrome, you could cause permanent damage to your spine. You might be able to take off that exoskeleton now, but if you break your spine, you'll never move on your own again. Doesn't look good. Oh. Okay, I'm going to search the area because there's an area I can search. And here we have some Eurodollars. Yeah, there's all sorts of things going on inside this little garagey area, but it's not really, is it? I think we know all sorts of nefarious stuff went on in here. Okay, let's look at this body, because it may have something for us. Eurodollars. Identify yourself. Corpse. Cheap suit appears to be a corpo, shot with a heavy projectile. Everybody was. Everybody was. And here we have a laptop, which I'm going to use. Messages 3. Oh, here we go. Quit your crying, from Tom Selvig to Chase Coley. Let me be plain. You've been in this biz long enough to know it's a rough way to make a living. This job should toughen you up, but instead you keep coming to me looking for a shoulder to sob on. Now, most companies just swap out their workers when they get tired, but not me. Here, I tried to show you some compassion. I even rounded up some gear for all of you at a decent price. And what do I get in return? Ungrateful lunks like you just think about yourselves, your own comfort. Company be damned. But it's thanks to me you've got decent implants and a low-rate loan to cover them. And I did it for you out of kindness of my heart, so you didn't have to waste your time going from bank to bank, filling out forms you can't even read. But do I get so much as a thank you? Never. And you know, if it weren't for Mary and Charlie, I would have kicked you out on a long time ago. So try thinking about them for once and get back to work instead of crying to me. This is construction, for crying out loud. This is no place for sissies and crybabies. But hey, if you think otherwise, you can go ahead and pack your up and don't dare show your face here again. I mean, show it once a month when you come back to pay your instalments plus extra to cover that employee discount you won't be enjoying no more. Wow, Tom was really annoyed with our man. And here's Tom to Anelia Pace. Cut the from Tom Selvig to Anelia Pace. Already told you I don't give a about no warnings or restrictions or special terms of use. Think we both know you're not about to give me a warranty on this, so don't make me pay out of my for nothing. Save the scop and let's do biz. Don't matter if they're salvaged from old military bases or fished out of some back alley ripper's dumpster. Could dig them up out of an Indian burial ground for all I care, long as they work. Hydraulics should be able to handle 2 metric tons. Nothing else matters. My people will buy whatever I sell them, so just get your people to give me what I ordered. Wow. I mean, Tom, think of your blood pressure, my friend. And now I can message Regina about the Cyberpsycho sighting. I think we've just about cleared out. It was terrible what happened to these people. But, you know, at least they died having given me some Eurodollars for my troubles. Isn't there the building over here too? Yeah, I'll take those. A lot of people died. Can I go in this building? Please? Game. You tempt me with these doors and then don't let me go inside. Okay. I am going to head back towards my car, which be over here somewhere. Here it is. And as I get to it, I'm going to message Regina about Discount Doc. So, yes! Managed to take the Cyberpsycho alive, though he sure put up a fight, sending you the deets. And Regina, I beg your pardon, says, really glad you got him alive. Poor guy, almost completely spiralled out before he even realised what was happening. My, now that's some creative management. Seems this developer had no problems creating a wide range of business needs and solutions. I'm sure his long-standing connections with weapons dealers, the NCPD and other shady souls help enormously. And if a certain need isn't great enough, well, there's always the usual solutions of arm twisting and kneecapping. The key to success remains flexibility, especially of the moral sort. And I'm going to reply, guess even pneumatic arms can't lift morale in a toxic workplace. Very deep, V. Very deep. And I think we have completed the gig. 5,800. That's better. That almost pays me back for my experience at the casino. Job complete. Cyberpsycho sighting. Discount Doc. Okay, in a moment I'm going back to the map. First I'm going to go and fetch myself some more orange because I think you can hear that I'm ready for some. Back in a second. So I'm in my journal list now where I've selected the third and final of today's Cyberpsycho activities. This one's called The Wasteland. This is Johnny's red text that goes with it. Does a cyclone of dust and sand stirred up by a dash of cyberpsychosis sound exciting? Then I do have some good news for you. Now also I'm going to go and pop into my message store and find the message that Regina sent me when she first delivered The Wasteland to me. Let me have a second. And here it is. V. There's a Cyberpsycho out in the Badlands hanging around some truck full of cyberware. Go check it out. Far as I know, no one's claimed responsibility for this mess, although the wheels got Raffen written all over them and it's on their turf. No signs of external violence, so the attack must have happened from inside. Either one of the Raffens cracked or a prisoner of theirs tried to make a break for it. Either way, the fact that it's eerily quiet and not one soul seems to give a damn don't bode well. Keep your optics peeled. Oof, okay. Eerily quiet? It quite often is, out where we're going. Right, so we need a map. And here is the map. And our location is already identified. Yeah, that looks like a nice journey to be making. My weight's not too bad. Oh, and something else I wanted to show you. In the attributes and skill points, I've reached 5. So I can now go into my character and upgrade, do that to get my build levels to 20 in intelligence and tech. So huzzah, that's been achieved this episode. That's something I really did want to do, having not managed it last episode. And yes, we are getting close now to that Ripperdoc visit and the big upgrade. Ooh, let's celebrate by saving another Cyberpsycho from themselves and making great friends. I have missed something, I've just noticed. If you'll excuse me. There's a little red cross shouting at me there. Oh, what did I miss? Oh, it might be in the back of this car. It may be that I can't get to it. I believe it could be. Oh, isn't that weird? Isn't that very strange? Yeah, it is. I can't get to that. I'll just check on my dude again, make sure it's alright. Yeah, okay. Help's on the way. Regina's sending a crew to pick you up. She's very nice, you'll like her. She cares. She's caring. I think that's probably what she would have been had she not been a fixer. She'd have been some sort of person in a caring profession. Maybe a nurse. Dr. Regina. I can see it now. On a little name badge. Is she the sort of doctor you'd want to be treated by? I think it's very cruel of you to ask that question. You should think again before you criticise her in that way. No one knows what she could have been had she not been what she currently is. And of course, as we know, lots of the fixers do have pasts. They had connections, you know, they were media or whatever. And, you know, Regina, Dakota, all of them. Probably is the case, actually, that you fall into being a fixer, having been something else first. I can't imagine anybody at school tells their careers advisor, I want to be a fixer in Night City. It doesn't go that way, does it? I don't think there's a qualification.
Man, did I miss you.
Why? I haven't been far. I've been here all the time. What's the matter with you? Are you hallucinating? I'm worried about you, Johnny. I'm seriously worried about you. Okay, so I'm going that way now. Of course I am. Hi. Don't know what's going on there. It's NCPD, but I always feel like I should say hello to them. Given that Arasaka's out to kill me, although they haven't tried for a couple of episodes, I have noticed this actually. I think that also came up in the comments a few times, people talking about the fact that Arasaka were after me, and I wrote them a nice letter too. I never did get a reply to that letter. But yeah, I do find NCPD, I find them comforting, going back to a point I made earlier. I just do. I just get the feeling when there's an NCPD officer right next to you, no one's likely to start anything. Do you know what I mean? It's like having a personal bodyguard whilst you're in the close vicinity of an NCPD officer. And they have sacrificed themselves before now. I've seen things, you have too, we've watched this happen, where events have unfolded and NCPD have got caught up in it and kind of almost taken the flak for me. They've distracted the enemies sufficiently for me to stand back a little bit and let NCPD wade in. I don't mind that at all. I mean, you know, V does pay their wages, doesn't he? He does pay their wages. Yeah, I don't know what tax V would pay. Oh, now hang on. We've been here before. This has happened. Deja vu. I don't want to get caught in it this time. No. That's all right. You carry on. Don't mind me. I'm on my way to a Cyberpsycho. That's weird, isn't it? That's a recurring thing then, whenever you pass the end of that junction, that they come out chasing that vehicle. Because I've helped them fight to a standstill there before, if you remember. And it wasn't that long ago either. Whoa, hang on. Let's just... Whoa. What was that? Did that just move? Oh, it's high time I stopped. Use your scanner to find traces of the Cyberpsycho. Here we have a Caucas, I think it is, Bratsk U4020, which was in production till 2058. It's all-wheel drive. This bad boy burns through as much fuel per hour as you'll need to heat an entire megablock. And let's face it, it's big and ugly as a megablock too. It is rather. That's true. I don't know whether I should walk along the road. Is it safe? There is a body there and I need to investigate the body. It looks like the Cyberpsycho is a distance beyond me, so I think I will risk this. Yep, that's a body. Goodness knows I've seen enough of them. Here we go. Archive conversation between Saul Bright and Emilia Weiss, or Weiss. Emilia. Lost our transport of parts for the new research centre. Went missing on Aldecado turf. Saul. Our meaning whose? Emilia. Meaning Biotechnicas. But I'm making some private inquiries at the moment. We work on the same turf, but that doesn't mean we have to step on each other's toes. Saul. Not a problem. You're in the Badlands, and out here you stand to run on all sorts of gangs and threats. Maybe you should have chosen a quieter location for that new centre. Emilia. The nature of the research demands discretion. We need it done out of the way, as far out of the city as possible. If we were to hire someone to track down our cargo, How much would a job like that set us back? Saul. Well, considering the apparent value of the cargo, the price would be high. Emilia. In Eurodollars, please, and with a deadline. Saul. Like I said, the price would be high, and not just in Eurodollars. We can get those with any contract out here. Emilia. So what's your ask? Saul. Reverse transpiration xerophytes. Emilia. But they're not ready for the market yet. Saul. Well, put them on the market. A prototype series, that is, unless you're in no hurry. Emilia. All right, a small prototype batch, but I can't guarantee they'll grow. They're still in the testing phase. They haven't even been planted outside of lab conditions. And what sort of deadline can I count on for the recovery of our cargo? Saul. I'll start looking once those first buds bloom. Shouldn't be too long after. So much back scratching goes on here, doesn't it? Reverse transpiration xerophytes. I wonder what happens if you Google that. I may have to find out. Follow the blood trail. I'm sorry, excuse me. Follow the what? Oh. 35 metres away. Well, good news. It's 2:54 AM and already it seems to be getting light. It's not as dark as it was. I'd better be careful here, hadn't I? What do I have in my inventory currently? The sniper rifle, the pistol, the one-handed club. I think I'll stick with them. They haven't done anything wrong particularly, so on that basis. Oh ho ho. So this is going to be a blood trail. This is just the start of it then. Is that what I'm meant to infer from that? Yes, apparently it is. Oh, it goes away too. All right, there's a building over there. I wonder if we're heading towards it. This is blood. B-. Source unknown. I'm guessing a human body? Just wild guess. This is blood. B-. Oh, yeah, we know. I'm following the trail. I'm doing what I was instructed to do. I'm following the trail. Okay. B-. B-. It could change. You never know. Suddenly it might be O negative. There could be more than one person here. B-. This is a lot of blood. There are pools of blood here. Regular pools of blood. And I think I may have just lost my trail. No, there it is. There it is. B-. B-. Oh, good lord. There's loads of it. This way. And this way. And this way, this way, and this way. Steady now. We're only 30 something metres away. Alright, let's be careful. Now. Blood trail ends there. Should I, before we even go that far... It does say follow the blood trail. It does say follow the blood trail. And the teal line is extending some distance into this camp or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what it is. Someone's obviously here. There are lights on. And that burning pile of tyres? Is that what it is? It looks like tyres from a distance. I could zoom in and check. Indeed it is. That would burn for some considerable time, but nevertheless it would need tending. Did anybody else hear that stomping sound? Oh, ow. That, I'm guessing, is my Cyberpsycho. Also, I'm thinking, I do have some natural elevation here from which to observe. I don't have to get too close. Also, rocks, fairly solid, good to hide behind. My Cyberpsycho is mobile. They haven't seen me. They're either working or patrolling, or a combination of both. Or maybe they're making something, but they're definitely disturbing things. There we go, look. Alright, it's time I tagged you, I think. Who are you? Aurelio Alma. Oh, Aldecados. Pretty resistant to heat. Okay. Well, I mean, there's places I can hide and take shelter and effective cover. And I don't think if that's his maximum speed, I need to worry too much about him catching me in a foot race. But the weaponry is rather excessive. I think we'll start with a better vantage point so I can actually see the guy. I think that's what we'll start with. I'm going to start with quick hacks and leave the weapons till later. Steady now. Let's stay crouched. Goodness, isn't it amazing how these things just get in your way? I don't want that thing to be there, whatever it is. What are you anyway? Boiler, explosive. I don't particularly want to explode anything around here either, because I think that may kill him, and I don't want to do that. I've done well so far with my 2 out of 3. Let's see if we can make it 3. Almost guarantees that I can't now, doesn't it? He's going to wander in and out of my field of view, I think. He's heavily mechanised, and I don't know what that means. I've got to move my piece of red and green card here because it's distracting me. When I used it earlier, I had it right in front of me. And I've left it. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I'm going to... No, I'm not going to do that. Well, I mean, I could distract him over there. Let's see if I can distract him. Makes him slightly easier to see. Hey, what's that over there? His reaction to being distracted was to shoot it. Oh, that's interesting then. Now, I said I didn't want to explode anything, but maybe it wouldn't kill him. Oh, I don't know. Would it kill him if I distract him towards? This is a small thing. This is a microwave. I'm going to distract him towards it and see if he shoots it. He'll probably shoot it from a distance. I know he didn't even do that. He wasn't attracted to it. It failed. Alright. Luck favours the brave. We've got to move in now. I'm going to use that rock over there rather than this one. Partly because it looks like it has a flatter top to it. And it's closer. There are less obstructions between me and him. I'll get a better view of him from this rock than from the one I was on. Jump. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, it would be if I hadn't fallen off. Honestly, the number of times that V skins his knees, he was just the same as a child. You ask his mother. She was always picking him up off the floor. I'm going to use a cyberware malfunction to begin with, and we'll see what occurs. Aurelio, are you affected by cyberware malfunction? Not a fraction, because he doesn't have any. Good to know. How about a weapon glitch? Oh yeah, we do have a weapon. So he is affected by that. Very briefly, you'd have to say. The duration of it isn't great. But then it is a tier 4 quick hack. I do take that point that people have made. I am slightly under strength against these guys. Let's try a good old-fashioned contagion, since we know he's not going to be affected by overheat. And now we have progress. But unfortunately, he may also be thinking, where did that come from? Terrible shots. Woo! Oh, heaven! Okay, I take it all back, Aurelio. Well, 13% damage wasn't bad. I'm going to hit him with another short circuit. In that case. Zzzt. That was a sound effect. Oh, I said he couldn't move very quickly. Wrong! Completely wrong. Is he rejuvenating? I don't know that he is. I've got to be careful here. He's alert. He's very astute. Okay, I'll hit you with... I think I can afford a double short circuit. You're on 79%. It won't kill you. It'll do some damage. And it is doing. That's quite nice. 62. He's sort of heading my way. It was very clever, actually, that he had that shuffling pace. It fooled me into thinking that was his top speed. That his one speed. And it was nothing of the sort. He sort of gambles. It reminds me of astronauts on the moon, the way that they ran, which wasn't running in the conventional sense. It was more like skipping. If you've ever seen videos of it, you'll know what I mean. So we'll do that again. We'll do 2 short circuits. Ah, he said, as the short circuits bit him. Nice. Progress is being made. And what's more, he doesn't know where we are. Can I... Actually, I can afford just 1 more short circuit before he goes out of view round the back there. So that's going to hurt a little more too. This is working really well. It may be I only need this 1 weapon to down this guy. Oh, hang on. He's coming back. My RAM is recovering fairly quickly. I think I've got enough there to do 2. Actually, by the time he comes around the edge of this explodable container, which I'm not going to explode because it might kill him, it probably will be the case, but I'm not going to do 2, I'll just do 1. Yeah, that's okay. He's going back. Now I'll do another 1 before he disappears again. I could move over to this rock, I think, actually. Oh, or I could have done. Do I even need to be on a rock? Let's be brave. What has it said? The game already said, the guy in his email said something was for, I think he said sissies, didn't he? I mean, that's the kind of language that someone would use in a derogatory email of that sort. Okay, this is having good effect now. 12%. No danger of death. To me. That is. No danger of death to me. I'm not quite sure about my Cyberpsycho. Your radio's not looking too well. Oh, that's good. He's literally wandered into the gap between the 2 things there. Foolish! Oh. For 4% now. They shouldn't be, it shouldn't be lethal. So let's see if that is the case. Not a shot has been fired. If I can get it to stick. Have I got rid of your radio? Boom, your radio's down. Please don't let him be dead. Headhunter. I think he's moving. He's breathing. We've done it. We short-circuited him. Oh, and we've got a conversation as well as a warm neo-weave cotton shirt. Oh, and 9,000 eddies. Give me that. Archived conversation. Shiv for the win and Raffen fever. Shiv. This is pointless. We won't get anything out of him, and the stench of all that blood is making me want to puke. Raffen. Well, let's make some use of him while he's still breathing. We'll go for a ride. He'll help us with the gear out there. I heard the Aldecados can find water, even the deep reservoirs. Like a living, breathing dowsing rod. You know, I mean that's what they say, but we could test it for real. Shiv. So we tie him to the front of the car so he can show us where to dig? Raffen. Well, he'll be doing the digging so he doesn't pull any smart moves. Shiv. Sounds like a plan. Grab the gonk and let's go. Oh man, that's awful. He fell foul of them, and this was the result. I'm going to message Regina and then have a wander around. So here it comes, Regina. You were almost right. Turns out it was a prisoner who went Cyberpsycho and managed to escape. Coincidentally, just happened to be an Aldecado buddy of a prisoner I rescued from the same outfit. Managed to take him down gently. Oh wow! Well, that was unexpected. I'll relay this information to Dakota. Probably better if the family takes it from here. The quicker he gets back to familiar territory, the quicker he'll get back to normal. Saul was too valuable as a pawn, so it looks like they tried to beat as much useful intel out of the poor gonk and make Saul watch, hoping that he'd crack. Eventually they took him for one of their rides through the desert to separate them, and that's where things got out of hand. He probably mistook you for one of them. Good thing you were able to save him. Oh, wow! Ugh. This game just constantly throws surprises your way. Job complete. I should hope so too. That was harsh. The experience points though, and 5,400 more eddies. Already the money that I spent on that apartment long ago at the start of the episode is forgotten. My tremendous apartment. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Something I've been doing slightly differently in recent episodes is to improve the way that I make use of comments and feedback that people very kindly leave me. What I tend to do nowadays is, in the introduction and the housekeeping, I'll single out one or two things to talk about. Today it was Gary, the prophet, who got a lot of attention. And then, rather than trying to lump in there all the other points that people have raised at that point, instead of that, what I'm doing is making a list on my iPad of these good salient comments, observations, bits of lore that people have fed me, feelings, observations they've had, suggestions, putting those all onto my iPad, reading it through before I start the actual gameplay of the episode. And then what I'm finding is that if I'm in a particular situation geographically, or I'm driving a vehicle and someone has mentioned something about vehicles, or I'm using a weapon and there's been some feedback to do with weapons, or I'm in conversation with a character and that character came up in the comments and feedback in the last episode, then I can bring that in. It's like an aide-memoire. It just automatically suggests to me, by the way, someone mentioned in the comments this or that or the other. I find that more organic. I find that more natural, in that rather than pushing everything into the housekeeping and then it's set aside when the episode begins, there is this sort of continuity of effort all the way through in terms of incorporating, making use of the expertise of people who've very kindly taken the time to leave comments. So yeah, I think that's working. Let me know what you think about that. I'm always very grateful, by the way, for the comments from people who, I'm thoroughly aware of this, have not got the time to read through all the comments. That's my job, reading through all the comments, and I do it gladly because I just love reading. I love interacting with you guys, and you're just so knowledgeable. You've got so much love for the game, and you're so willing to share it. It's an honour to be able to respond to you. But I occasionally get people who say, I'm really sorry for putting this comment because I haven't had time to read through all the others, and I bet you've been told this already, but, and then they'll tell me something. And they're apologising for leaving a comment. You should never apologise for leaving a comment. It is the ultimate accolade, leaving a comment for me to read. And I do smile when I see that, and I invariably say to them, it's fine, don't worry about it. Even if I have been told this 10 times before, 20 times before, it's always good to be reminded of these things. Plus, there will be people who, like you, the person leaving the comment, haven't read through all the comments each time. So for them, whatever it is you're saying may be brand new information. They've never been told this before. So you are benefiting not just me by reminding me, but them by giving them new information. And that's the best of both worlds, isn't it? It's win-win. So never apologise for leaving a comment, and never apologise for not having read through all of the comments. Just occasionally in a video I will say to people, as I did here where I failed that one access point, please don't leave comments about what I did wrong in that access point, because it's history now and it's gone. What I'm trying to do there is just save you time, because you and I both know I'm not going to learn anything by referring back to a puzzle that's already gone. We've between us now, we have done enough of them to know how the puzzles work, and sometimes when you're making a video and you've got other things happening around you, you've got your orange and you're conscious of time passing and you've got to keep an eye on this and, you know, is that microphone level okay? And then you're doing a puzzle, there's just a little bit of sensory overload going on and it can go awry. But yeah, so that's that. That was episode 43. I am pleased beyond measure to have finally achieved the 5th attribute point. I've now got 11 skill points, I think, which means I'm pretty close now to that Ripperdoc visit and a fairly widespread spending of points and a general upgrade, and yes, making some of my cyberware at least, maybe not all of it, but some of it at least, tier 5, my quick hacks that is, I'm referring to there. Perhaps the cyber deck itself will get an upgrade as well. I think it has to, doesn't it? I think I have to upgrade it before I can get to tier 5. I'm hallucinating. I'm like Johnny. Maybe I've got a chip in my head of some sort. But yeah, I'm really pleased that I did that and I got to that point. And I'm also pleased to have saved the lives of 3 cyberpsychos. None of them died. Short circuit, it would appear, is a little weapon. It's a little tool to have in your toolbox to use against these cyberpsychos. I'm starting to notice more the susceptibilities of each of the cyberpsychos and try to work towards using that as the biggest weapon I've got, knowledge about them. There are always clues about how to undo these cyberpsychos. And in the past, I think probably I've just winged and a prayed it and gone in there hoping that what I'm doing will work. This time I was actually more experimental. I actually felt brave enough to think, let's try this gun, let's try that gun. It does help being parked high up where they can't get at you as easily, on a flat roof, on a rock or whatever. But yeah, it was good. And we saved all 3 of them and we got a couple of gigs done too. So yeah, that was episode 43. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon for episode 44. Bye.